Wrong. Wrong.
Close that we're going live here.
Hillary. Wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong. Lock
From
the bitch up. Wrong.
China.
Yeah.
Wrong.
We're bound to see that again
Wrong.
eventually.
We're live. I pay to see that debate.
Wrong.
The gifts you can use of that is just fantastic.
Okay, boys. Can I hear me? There we go.
Yeah.
Young Ben in the building. Can't say anything. Young Ben, you can sit like strangely close to Corey or John if you want.
Young Ben, let's see that proper posture.
Yeah, Young Ben, get in the middle. Get in the middle between the boys here.
Yeah, I'll do a little mic pass. Be fine.
Mike swap.
Stern level mic pass.
Yep.
You ever
Hey,
see that
everybody.
show, Wife Swap?
That's a good show.
TD's in the room. What up, TD's? Sorry for
there.
yeah. What's
Lockdown, TDs. Lockdown.
Sorry everyone for being late. Daddy's not here.
Proper posture.
Yeah, Young Ben, get in the middle. Get in the middle between the boys. Oh, why am I hearing it?
All right. Oh, sorry, I'm fixing that. There we go. Yeah, podcast daddy's not here, so Uncle podcast stepdaddy's here instead.
Uncle podcast stepdaddy.
Yep.
And Uncle Pedo.
And
You
Uncle
said it,
Pedo.
not me.
Wow. There goes our monetization. We're just kidding. We don't make any money off this thing. Josh does.
Thank
Josh
you.
does.
One and all.
Can anybody in the chat room hear us?
Can anyone confirm?
Is this a Sprint commercial? Can you hear me now?
We got 7 people watching us. Nobody responded in the chat. I like this. I like this participation level, boys and girls.
No, it's the delay. So, yeah, see? All
Oh,
hail Uncle Podcast
Uncle
Stepdaddy.
Podcast
There
Stepdaddy.
we go. He hears me.
Getting the love. Is it delay that heavy?
It is.
Is it delay that heavy, guys? Right now, check your clocks. Right now, it's 6:25 in East Providence.
I'm just looking at young Ben. I'm not going to be looking at a screen or monitor.
No, absolutely not. You just keep your eyes on your Ben.
Corey's synchronizing his watch over there.
Yes.
Nerd.
I like how fucking horrific our pre-show is right now.
It's okay.
we've
Just fine.
just run out of stuff to talk about.
Oh, no.
Yo, am
Lots
I
to
getting
talk
killed
about.
on the market? Oh, Corey, I thought about the greatest challenge that I'm not going to present right now, but
Okay.
Chuck and I reviewed it yesterday.
yeah. You were in, right?
Oh, yeah?
Phil King can hear us, unfortunately. Phil, hey.
Should
Mow
we
your
give
lawn,
Ben
Phil.
should we give Ben the food order now? So then
Yeah.
he can
Ben,
proactively
did you give me my credit
just
card back?
Yeah, Ben, just order one of the.
Are you going to have to
thingies.
put it on that card, right?
Yeah, you tell him what, John. You
give you
know what
cash.
I'll eat.
No, that's all right.
Just tell him something.
Yeah.
I'll eat whatever you get.
I want a wrap with fries, no pickles or tomatoes. Or hots.
Young Ben in the building. Get some stories, get some contributions this time.
Yep. I'm
Like a
excited to hear about that.
Chris. Toby with fucking 1 beer, 2 on deck, 1 cracked.
You must prepare.
Looking mad skeezy in the corner.
Well, I am on a diet, hence the light.
Gotta go light.
Always light.
Toby will get the same thing.
Look at all these questions,
Ford stock went up like 30 cents.
right? All these questions.
Is there a lot of
All
questions?
terrible.
Oh, I got good.
All-
I got really good
yeah,
ones.
all terrible.
Whoever submitted me
I'll make up
questions,
my own
thank you.
question
Yeah.
and answer it. I don't need any of those
Yeah.
people.
I don't need any of those things. I'm doing American pickles, no hot sauce.
American?
American. Fries inside.
I'll have a burrito.
Do you just want a fucking chicken?
No, there
shawarma?
was a place in
Yeah, he's gonna
Brooklyn
get the same
called
as me.
He wants the same thing
Burritos. It was
as theirs.
fantastic. They would put
You
a
want nuggies?
full burger and fries into a burrito.
I've seen
Hence
that
the name
before.
burrito.
I've
It was
seen that before.
fantastic. It was only 4,263 calories per luncheon.
Was that a
So
Cheesecake Factory
we kept
item?
it to
An appetizer?
once a day. No, that was the name of the place, burrito.
Just hit me with a salad.
Park
shawarma
Slope,
chicken.
baby.
Park Slope represent. Park Slope in the house. My friend grew up in Park Slope. Stewie. Big shout to Brooklyn Stew.
Brooklyn stew. How's he?
Yeah, he's good. Got married.
All right.
Definitely doesn't
This is
listen
a
to our
glorious
podcast.
sound.
Oh! Cracking the lot.
Did you hear that Yarrow had a baby?
We're live.
Yarrow Livingston Moonthorn reproduced.
Congratulations.
His seed made
He
it.
spread the seed.
Yeah.
Hey, Dardology. Thanks for coming in on that
Congarts.
awkward moment.
Congarts.
All right, let's...
Young Ben's over here looking at Mark III's.
Young
He's
Ben's-
a glutton for punishment.
Young Ben's the best. No, Young Ben,
What do we got there?
random updates about what Young Ben's looking at on his phone.
That's not a Mark III.
Oh, he was. Just one
Yeah.
second ago, he's looking at a Ginster.
Morning being flat. How's Australia today? I bet it's marvelous.
All right, we doing this?
Hey, did Australia beat the Rona already, like New Zealand?
New Zealand did, yeah. They shut that shit down.
Yeah, man.
You know how they did it?
They're like a big Rhode Island.
A simple face covering.
They also allowed no one in, no
Yeah,
one
no
out.
one in, no one out.
Yeah.
I don't think this AC works.
If you die, you die.
They locked that bitch
Yeah.
up.
Oh, man, Josh Garcia live from the hot tub. He's watching this train wreck. Daddy's watching.
Oh, no.
What's Uncle Daddy going to do?
Josh.
With Josh
We
watching.
better
Josh,
get this rolling.
look
Text me a picture of your Speedo.
Look at Sean in the hot seat. Oh, man. The stakes
Your
is
banana
high.
hammock. Let's see it, baby.
Stakes is high.
All right, are we going in?
Let's do it. Shout to Podcast Daddy.
All right. We're doing it live.
Oh, my God.
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day.
I'm Josh Garcia. As always, I'm joined by Chuck Hu,
Hey.
Corey.si.
What's up, Josh?
We've got young Ben in the corner over here, and
Young
we
Ben
have
Scream.
a very special guest. Toby Tightpants is joining us.
Salutations.
Yeah. Toby won Kenobi.
Now, for
That's
real,
something I know.
Podcast Daddy's on vacation this week, so I'm
In the
filling
Shire.
as podcast Uncle Stepdaddy.
Uncle Podcast Stepdaddy.
Yep.
The real John Stairs.
I'd have to say a well-deserved vacation.
Podcast Uncle
absolutely.
Grandpa.
Ben, what do you think of that right there? You a fan? What do you think?
Only
Let me see.
fans.
Are we looking at the pictures that surfaced of Podcast Daddy in a hot tub? Yeah. Nope.
The hell was that?
Some flotation devices.
Forward that over to Tobias, please. He's gonna have to take
Check
that
out
away.
my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Taking donations.
So where we going with this, John?
yeah,
Where
where are
to
we
go?
going?
Yeah.
Do you
All
think
right.
You got to steer the ship, my friend.
I'm steering the
this
ship now.
podcast is brought to you by us? Visit us at revivalmotoring.com
Thank
to
you,
buy
sir.
Revival Motoring merchandise, magazines, stickers. There's other stuff on there. John, don't you do our website?
Yep, and new issues actually on the way. Josh and I have been working on it this week, actually. So
Sweet. So brought to you by
Wonderful.
us. Also, if you're trying to sponsor the podcast, which we hit millions of viewers, I'd guess, hit us up at info@revivalmotoring.com. Talk to Podcast Daddy, or hit me up.
Literally any
work
one
a
of
side
us.
deal.
Yeah.
Work a
Please
side
repeat
deal.
the website.
revivalmotoring.com or jeepdicks.com.
They
true.
both go there.
Both go there. It's beautiful. I don't think there's any other ads.
No,
Anybody
no
we
other
advertising
reads
for
for
anybody
today.
else?
Absolutely not.
Totally
Nope.
out of reads.
out of reads.
All right, we're gonna go to the maybe hit the button for the old thingies there.
The old callbacks.
Yeah, there it is.
If you'd like to leave a callback
There it
number,
is.
press 2.
Nailed it. Did you have
Wow.
the button layout over there?
I did. I
Oh,
figured
good,
that out.
good.
I remember the first time Podcast Daddy left us alone.
Oh yeah.
Corey and I spent a little time mapping on all
Yeah.
the buttons because tell you what, not a simple job. You think he's just over there pushing buttons? He's composing those one by one every time.
Yep.
Pretty
No,
clever
figured it
man
out.
he
He's
is.
a clever man, very clever man. Corey, you got any callbacks?
Now.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Let me carry this one. My brother, who has the worst luck in automotive history all the time, decided he was going to bring back his Harbor Freight jack stands this week.
Mm.
And Corey knows all about my brother's luck.
Yeah.
So he he popped over to a Harbor Freight in the beautiful Fall River, Massachusetts.
Shithole.
And he brought them the jacks and was like, "Hey man, here are my jacks. I'm not. I don't feel safe with them. Per your email, I'm bringing them back for cash. Would not give him cash.
No, they won't.
They said
And they won't give you new jacks
Store
either
credit
'cause they
only.
don't have them store credit only.
they were giving store credit only, despite the email that my brother printed out from Eric at Harbor Freight, owner and founder, that they were to give you cash. He showed them the website, and they just didn't believe I guess they didn't believe the letter was from Eric, the owner and founder of Harbor Freight.
The Raynham one was the same way. No luck.
Digital multimeter.
They said they couldn't give him the cash back because it was beyond 90 days. And then he left angry after he talked to everyone in the store. And the pre-party banner's still up on our thing. Shut up. Thanks.
It's good to note that I called North Attleboro, and they were like, yeah, bring him back cash, no problem.
Yeah, he
wow.
he called
Two
corporate.
very different places.
Yeah.
He called corporate, and they said they were totally wrong.
Yeah.
That they should have given him cash back and not a store credit. But they said they couldn't fix it. He would have to write an email to corporate, of which he composed an angry email. So if this has happened to you, let us know. I'd like to start tallying up how many people are getting screwed by Harbor Freight further, rather than just losing their leg under a car.
Add one to the list right here.
Yeah,
and I wanted another set of jack stands because I had 2 cars up on jack stands at the same time. So I wanted
at the same time.
And I wanted to take the money and go buy jack stands elsewhere, and I was unable to.
Listen, Harbor Freight, if we can't get our cash back, we're just going to use them.
Yeah. So instead,
I
bought,
am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Instead, I just bought like 4-foot-long
Legless
screwdrivers
stand.
with the extra money because I couldn't have a card to that store without buying something that day. Obviously.
Yeah, of course I had to go. I don't think my brother wants to use it.
He wants to buy a sandblasting cabinet.
I think he brought like 4 to 6 jacks back.
6.
6.
2 6-ton and 4 3-ton.
Yeah. So he was going with the full. So they didn't have that kind of money in the store. No money in the register.
No.
So, let us know what's going on with Harbor Freight Jackson U, because we don't want anybody under that car getting wrecked. And I'm sure Harbor Freight doesn't either, so maybe hit us up, Love those tools. Quality. What was their motto is now lowest price.
Quality,
and done.
comfort, and price, right?
No.
That's nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
One use, dispose.
Yeah. So that's kind of that's something that would just typically happen to my brother, but I'm glad it happened to you as well.
Yeah.
So that's
Kind of low
important.
to say.
That's a bummer.
I got a quick call back
What'd you got?
to Anthony that was on the Subaru episode a couple weeks ago.
Big shout out to Anthony. Seen him working on some more blown Subarus, but because of Shade Tree Mechanics.
So I love following on Instagram because he's literally just doing warranty engine swaps daily. But today he was doing timing belts or timing chains on a Ferrari 360.
Oh, the 360, yeah.
Yeah, off-brand dealer special. So. But, shouts to him because that probably sucked.
That's the Ferrari you want to buy, the one from a Subaru dealership.
Yeah, the one that the Subaru dealership did timing chains on.
I was gonna get an Outback wagon, but you know what? This Ferrari popped up about the same rate, so going with it. And it made me realize that I should get into Subaru again because I can, as long as it's in warranty, I can build it any way I want, and it'll just keep on replacing the motor.
It seems
for me.
that way. Yeah.
I got a call back here.
Oh boy!
I'd like to thank my friend Christine, also known as Chris McKinney. I had a brake blunder last week. I made a post on Instagram, and within 1 hour, I had 3 options of people offering the correct parts, which are very hard to find. So I want to thank Chris for sending those parts out. They're correct, and now I can get to altering them to make them fit the car. Big shouts, baby!
Wow, I thought we weren't doing any advertisements.
You should actually give a quick PSA that, those brakes aren't all the same, because I've seen so many people in the last 3 days since we had that conversation all say, oh, well, these calipers and these carriers are all the same.
Maybe we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Inside baseball
But again,
talk
big
there.
shout.
Yeah.
The internet, the car community, it's not all bad. There's
Still
good people out
It's all
there. You
bad.
make a post saying,
All
I need
bad.
help.
Bad.
People are ready and willing to help. Ready and willing.
The old Toby motto.
Any other callbacks, Ben?
Oh, yeah.
No? What do we got?
I got a more call back, and then Ben can get into it, I think.
All right.
So we had hinted previously that there might be an event going on. And we weren't allowed to tell anyone, but last Thursday after the podcast, when it first came out, whilst you were listening to it, we went to Lock City's private event, Thursday afternoon hot laps. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, a private day at Thompson. It started about 10:30 a.m. Whole Revival crew went. Even young Ben was there. And a very special guest, Ryan Turk, was there in his pro car from last year, young Ben. Young Ben, take that mic from John for a second. There we go.
I don't know if it was his car from last year or if it was.
It was his pro car.
Yeah, was it his normal car?
Yeah, it was his old pro car that he sold.
So it was. It sounded like Rolling Thunder when the anti-lag came on. It was just really absolutely buck wild to see a pro car running over there. It was that thing. That thing was bananas. Yeah, just wow. What a day. We saw We saw a couple of our buddies out there. We saw Matt 36 Mafia getting it, man. First time on the road course. Because we all went there thinking to be skid pad so I could take home the skid pad lap record. And it was not open. So a lot of guys that were going up there had to take it to the road course. And I think Matt did a goddamn great job. ZT Foss in that, what was he running? He was running the new S-Body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got the new S-Body, the Bruges boys over there.
Of the other two, you couldn't tell the difference of who was who.
Magnificent. And then we saw our buddy who was on the podcast, Jimmy O, showed up. And what does he call that thing? Nissan?
Yeah. His rear-wheel drive Civic.
Rear-wheel drive Civic with a
Pardon,
KA
what does he
turbo
call
in
the
it.
car?
Nissan.
It's a Honda Civic with a Nissan engine in it.
And
Thought it was
Moster
always
drivetrain.
Nissan.
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 So, it's Nissan then.
Yeah, Nissan. I don't know, America.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he showed up in that thing, and that thing was bananas. And Young Ben, did you ride in it?
Yes.
How was it?
It was good. It drifted really well. It felt like riding in his E30.
That's pretty impressive for a Civic that no one drifts.
Yeah.
So super cool. We all get to see that thing running around. We get to see the big pro car. Young Ben, I believe you made the internet as well.
Oh yeah, I was in Jimmy's video.
You were in Jimmy's video in an interview,
Yeah.
which you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
obviously.
literally energy
the
through
highest
the
energy
fucking
I've ever
ceiling.
seen. Also, you were in everyone's pictures because you're hanging your arm out the
I was gonna
out the
get to
window
that,
like
yeah.
it was H2O.
Did your arm almost get crushed in the wall?
Jimmy's car had stock passenger seat and the oh shit handle was broken.
So
So I had nothing to hold on to.
Every photographer at the event was like,
what the
When you
fuck?
talk to Young Ben, you tell him to keep his arm in the goddamn car because he's ruined
You trying to
every
become
shot
an amputee?
of the Nissan all day. And I was like, this Young Ben's right. So, anyways, big shout out to all the photographers hassling Young Ben. But yeah, you were like living in that car. You get a lot of rides. A lot of rides going on. Yeah, so you ruined every shot. What else do I have? And then the story of the evening.
Can't wait for this one.
This
Young
is
Ben-
actually good.
Did you get in the car with Turk?
I did.
And what happened when you get the car with Turk?
We staged and then Mike
Lynch.
shut down the track.
He shut down the track.
And why did he shut down the track?
But somebody crashed.
Yeah,
One of the guys, the guy in the Volvo crashed. Awesome car. It sucks that it crashed. But I think that was the straw that broke the Lynch's back.
Yeah.
And then, so, Young Ben, we're all standing at the staging area, and I'm like, Young Ben has a very noticeable helmet. And I'm like, that's Young Ben! He's in Turk's car! It's Young Ben! And we're all standing there, and then, like, this guy binks the wall, and Lynch is like, yeah, Turk, we're shutting it down. And it was so funny because he pulled away slowly, and I was like, Mike, you know Young Ben was in that. It was like, oh, really, was he? Shit. I would have let him go. But you still got a nice ride.
Yeah. He took me for a rip down the straight. It was the first car I'd been in that's over 1,000 wheel horsepower. And
I don't think it is.
it is. It made it's 980 to the wheels.
Have you watched his recent video? He talked about the last pro car had like 800.
Well, semantics.
Yeah, but
Let
that's
the man tell his
that's
story.
without the NAS.
Yeah.
800 to the wheels.
Oh.
Come on. You got to add the
Let him tell his story.
Yeah,
All right.
25%.
But he said, well, he took me for a rip, and we were just cruising in fifth gear, and he got on it, and it's insane. It feels way faster than anything I've ever been in, way faster than the Skyline.
Don't you ever say that.
It's the truth.
Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise
Even
me.
Charles Skyline.
That's crazy. Yeah, you know, I saw
Wrong.
I saw the build of that car, and just like the anti-lag setups,
Yeah.
total fucking insanity. He took it for a rip. He was super sorry about it, right? Because he's
Yeah.
like the nicest guy in the world.
He said he felt really bad. He didn't, like, he couldn't really do anything.
Yeah. So are you saying it's all Mike's fault?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mike ruined this poor boy's day. But it was an awesome day. Shouts to Mike. Shouts to Josh. It was that was a good day. Corey enjoyed himself.
I'm sorry. Once again, Ben, tell us the feelings that you felt. You were at the staging area. You had this sense of elation. You probably had a full-on erection. You were
Yeah.
so excited to go, and all of a sudden, you see that fucker, Mike Lynch, come out
Yeah.
and tell you, time's up, shut it down.
Shut it down. Is
What
that Young
kind of
Ben in there?
feelings
Shut it
can you
down.
describe your instant deflation? It was like you went into the Arctic Ocean and your penis just turtled into your body, right?
Right up inside.
Tell us more about that feeling. I'm seriously, tell us how how let down that you felt when that happened.
It had to be hurtful.
I want to hear
was
about the
hurtful.
pain.
It was like waking up Christmas morning. There's just nothing there, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that feeling, right? So
If I was in the car and Lynch had done that, I would have gotten out like someone that
Flipped
just
out, right?
I would have
You
gotten
would've
out like someone that just got
exploded.
pit maneuvered in
Imploded.
NASCAR. I would have thrown my helmet. I would have flipped out. I kidding. I would have flipped out.
And what was young Ben's reaction physically as a spectator, Charles?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
pretty
he just drove away.
limp.
Yeah, he just let it. He just let
Pretty
it.
limp.
So were you not that excited about
he
it,
was-
or what?
he was that
No, he had his
deflated.
cell phone out. I saw it. He was ready to go.
Cell phone.
I mean, that is
He had
about
his- he
the
already had his
worst
arm out the
timing
window.
possible. The worst timing possible. You don't even start off the line. It's like unloading in your pants before they even come off.
Yeah, you get so close to justice, so close to the launch, and that's it, man. It's like
premature
Premature.
climax there. I'm sorry. That's really deflating, Ben.
yeah, that's tough to hear. It's hard to hear about.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't make him tell
I
the whole
feel
story
bad
himself.
for young Ben. I really do.
But Turk was a classy
First
guy.
time ever.
He was apologetic the whole time. Young Ben did get to ride in Jimmy O's to the point where he like made all the videos. He was interviewed in the highest energy interviews ever done. We at one point had thought we had in fact lost young Ben to Jimmy O as a new Jimmy O employee.
Ooh. J.O.
I can't
intern.
make that drive to Connecticut.
He can't make that drive, thank
You're
God.
in luck, Charles.
He
that
will
he's your
survive it.
An hour and a
neighbor.
half.
Coincidentally, and you know how you can identify young Ben's house? Danielle pointed out to me when we were headed to the Charles estate the other day.
Yes, sir.
It was, oh my God, look at that. It's young Ben's massive head on a poster.
Yeah, but you know what's nice? My home's value skyrocketed since that sign's going up.
Has it really?
Absolutely,
On Zillow,
yeah.
increased over $82,000 just since that
I have
sign's
a
been
local
up.
celebrity. He's made me $82,000, and he drove up Ford stock, which is awesome.
No, that was a very classy picture, Ben. Danielle was impressed.
Yeah, it was an excellent photo.
Strapping young man.
I can't wait for that photo to be in our studio.
Yeah, we got to mount it right up on the wall.
Charles, make sure to take a picture of it next time. Danielle did, but it was kind of foggy as I was drifting by the house.
Avoiding rocks.
Yeah, a lot of rocks on that street.
A lot of rocks on my
I
little
concur.
dirt bike trail.
Lot
I'll tell you
of
what, I
rocks.
think I know where they are now. So yeah, that was fun. Corey had fun. I think we all had a good time that day. So big shout out to the Lock City guys.
It was hot.
Hopefully they get
Good job, Lynch. Good job, Lynch.
They got something on the 24th, I believe, is their
Yeah.
next event.
Which is the normal thing.
It's a Friday, right?
Yeah.
When's it start? Does it start in the afternoon?
Fuck if I know.
I know it's into
Define
the,
a
it's
normal
the night.
thing.
I think they're going into the night.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not gonna be able to make it there early. I got some work shit. So, party on. Work. Thanks, young Ben. High energy for that high energy interview.
You, sir?
Anybody else got callbacks?
Nope.
All right, we're shit out of callbacks.
Yeah.
We got
All
any?
right.
What do we got? You got some news
Well,
going on?
there's probably
Are the-
one major news topic. But,
Are the
you know,
boys
let me
coming up?
Cue the boys here.
Welcome.
To the news.
Oh, double dragoned it. All
What
right.
do we got?
Okay, so I got some stuff. Not much happened in the news this week.
No.
You know what's interesting? Kind of a news callback, which I think is a good thing that happened here. I saw something. Oh, Windows has constantly asked me to remind it tomorrow to restart this computer. It's been for like months. I saw on the internet this week that there was a Focus driver in Italy
Yep.
caught on a speed camera going 437 miles an hour. It was an error.
In a Focus.
It was an error, but it was 437 miles an hour.
Yeah.
The fine, 850 euros. Meanwhile, your boy,
Yeah.
not proven to be breaking the speed limit by like 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, my fine, 900 euros. Where's the justice in this goddamn country?
You know, it's almost worth the documentation alone to pay the fine, you know? You know, like if you were able to keep some documentation saying you went this fast in a Focus, it's like that's value
Oh,
there.
I mean, I'd pay for a 437 mile an hour ticket in this Focus. I'd pay it,
yeah.
but not for
Charles, please review
Not for my
the
supposed crime.
estimated discrepancy of your crime in a nutshell.
Apparently, I was going 30 miles an hour or 30 kph. I don't know, whatever they.
30 kph isn't very fast, so
Yeah,
That's pretty fucking slow.
50 spaghetti miles an hour
Yeah,
over the speed limit
spaghettis.
in Italy. And
and should have been doing 3 meatballs.
I should have doing 3 meatballs. And I got a ticket from a camera showing the back of a car that I may have rented. I may have valet parked. Maybe the valet parker was driving it fast. And they tried to charge me like I think it was $1,000 around there.
For 30 kilometers over the posted speed limit.
Yeah, but they said they couldn't collect it, but they had my address wrong. It was just a disaster.
I recall the story. This was just for the listeners.
And yeah, so it was equal to, if not a little bit more than this man's 437 mile an hour speeding ticket.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I know, I
He
could have
put
gone
you
faster.
He put you in your place.
Wow. So where was the error? Like, obviously there was.
I
one
think he was
here.
going 43.7 miles an hour.
Or like 137 kilometers an hour. Like,
Yeah, there was something wrong there. So anyways, I don't think he has to pay it, but you know how the Italian legal system goes. We'll never know. Hey, you don't have to pay it anyway, as far as I can
I got
tell.
a little side story with that, if you
I'm
don't
ready.
mind.
Yep.
One Nick Scappa at
Big shout to
one
Nick
point in
Scappa.
time. Shout to Nick.
Good job doxing him.
yeah.
Big fabricator, but he's all right.
Fucker.
He, at
Not
one
Scappa,
point,
Bobby
told
Scappa.
me he's one of those nerds who listens to police scanners all night.
Ah.
So he had this story that if you get pulled over by a police officer, which we all hate them.
Getting pulled over?
Yeah, the whole scenario.
Yeah.
So he told me that if you simply state, when is the last time that your radar/taser was calibrated?
Did he tell you this in like 1998?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
But he told me that, they will allow you to release, allow you to go on your way.
They better allow me to
because they
release.
Yeah, I
never,
think it was a different kind of release.
please calibrate your radar. I just remember him saying that repeatedly. Actually, probably said it in 2013.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's
Sorry, that just made me think of it. It was really irrelevant to your story, but
that's
the
Toby,
calibration
that's a Toby
of the
Tight
radar.
tip. Today's Toby Tight tip.
Calibrate your radar.
Dinguses.
Yeah, and if you get stopped, you can ask for their cal certs.
Yeah.
So let me see the cal cert from
Let me
that.
see the cal cert on
Also,
the
make
thing
sure
right
to
now.
tell
Yeah.
them that you're filming them the
Yeah,
whole
I'm
time.
filming
Filming
this,
them.
and I want
I
to
need-
film your cal cert.
I need to know. I need you to know I'm filming this, and I need to see that cal cert immediately.
I've never
So you
taken
bring
any
your
kind of approach
supervisor.
like that to any time I've gotten pulled
No,
over.
me neither.
It's been like,
What, you just bend over and drop them?
no, they're like, you know why I'm pulling you over? Yeah, of course I know. I was doing fucking 85 and a 40. Like, of course I get it.
No,
like,
bad
See,
play.
that's
Bad
where you
play.
went wrong. Bad play.
Yeah.
Bad play. I just start crying.
Yeah.
Do not say a
Worked
word
for my wife
unless
once.
it's a direct answer. I know that.
Fucking dealing with the
That's
whole
not
thing.
being an asshole. That's just straight up. You're admitting guilt to something that they haven't found fault. Okay, sorry. We're going to go off on a tangent.
No,
We'll
no,
stop
I think,
there.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
good tangent,
I
though.
think just crying. It works for my wife. I think you just start crying,
Yeah.
especially if you're a man that feel bad for you. You hit him a little cry, you're out
If
of
you're
it.
Paul Pierce, just show him the goods.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that conversation again.
It's been a while for me, but one thing I
I
did
paid
wrong
your
the last
wages.
time is the guy pulled me over, so I immediately went for the reg before he came to the window.
You went
And
for your
they do-
handgun?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
They
not a
do-
great move.
They do not like that shit, let me tell you.
How excited was he about that?
Yeah. He was real
It was a
mad.
bit ecstatic.
Well, my
So,
go-to
now
move
I
was
know.
I just want to
was
make sure my
always
gun's loaded.
put your license, keys, and registration on the dash. Put both hands on the dash in an act of obeisance to them. Yes, master. Yes, master. I found that worked most of the time back in Vermont in the late 90s.
Now, did you say master?
Yes. They like an act of obeisance.
Do you put your ball gag in?
Yeah.
No, but you put everything on the dash to clarify that you're not going to drive away or try to run them over, even though they're a cocksucker.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hate the police.
I've just
Apparently.
anytime I've had any experience being pulled over, which is many times, it's just like, I mean, I'm not gonna fuck around. I know what I did. Like it's just you gotta pay to play. type
Not
thing.
always, though. Sometimes it's just a pullover for the
Listen,
hell of it.
If I blow by, no. Here's the thing: if I blow by a cop, I know I'm speeding.
Well, that's different. Yeah.
and that's the only time I've ever been pulled over is speeding.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Josh.
Like blatantly driven by someone, rapidly speeding. It is what it is. As soon as I see him, I just pull over. It is what it is. Like
Dartology says you start with "I pay your wages," which is
it's not a bad. That's not
pretty
a bad
solid. That's a pretty solid opener.
way. Yeah.
Hey,
It's a-
before you start talking, first off, shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Really
I'm
get
going off
under
"I
their
pay your
skin.
wages."
Yeah, really get under their skin.
I'm
That's
the
a great
captain
move.
now. That's what you tell him. I'm your
I'm
fucking.
the captain.
Yeah, you look at me. You look me in the eyes.
Yeah, I'm the fucking captain now. I pay your
I'm
wages.
giving you a ticket.
Yeah. So citizens arrest.
Calibrate that detector.
How fast did you have to go to get me? I need that cert.
Yeah.
See that cal cert.
Let me see that nut cert.
Officer, your left tail light is out. They really don't like that one either.
Yeah, that's why I was speeding to get away from the danger that is your tail light.
You know what solved all of this? I just slowed down.
Oh, you just hammered
Okay,
down.
little Gabe.
Slow- yeah,
Gabe,
slow
the
down.
exact speed limit
Yeah.
in all roads.
Yeah, I just slowed down. Just get to where I'm going, you know? Eventually I'll get there.
Ask Andy how I got harassed at Ocean City from Kurt.
Andy? Andy's not here. Where's
Andy?
Andy?
Oh, I love
yeah.
Andy.
I'm sorry. Who asked the question?
Curtis.
Curtis.
Oh, Curtis, that's a road. I love you, brother. I love you.
Yeah.
I'm not going down that road.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Andy
sure-
was with him, if I remember correctly. That
I
was
can't
a whole mess,
imagine.
yeah.
It's something that
Toby's
I
already
can't ever live
in trouble with everybody.
Yeah,
especially
I'm gonna
podcast
zip
daddy
my
who's
lip.
listening.
I'm gonna zip my lip here.
Enough, Toby. Let's get. What else we got?
A new
Nothing.
vehicle came out.
No,
Yes.
not do that. Let's not do that one
No,
yet.
fuck,
No?
fuck all the other news.
A new vehicle got out. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
There's a rumor of a new vehicle, and it's a more powerful Supra. And I'm glad you were about
Yeah.
to bring it up.
What do we got?
The rumor originates with the Japanese website, bestcarweb.jp, which I was able
Sounds
to translate,
reliable.
which claims to have an inside scoop. In short, claims that the Toyota will fit a boosted inline six from the BMW M3/4 under the Supra's hood, or will generate the same 510 horsepower as the Bimmer's competition models. Shifting duties will have pure BMW with a 7-speed DCT, sending power to the rear wheels. If the rumor is true, this would make one supremely quick Supra, and they said it's going to be about $100,000, which doesn't make any sense at all.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
The engine makes sense because it already exists. The
Yeah.
transmission makes sense because it already exists.
Price definitely makes sense.
$100,000 doesn't make sense considering you can buy an M3 for
75
like
does.
75. Yeah.
I was like,
I
75
think if it's
does.
75, that's the one.
Please relay the website name again.
It's been on a bunch of U.S. websites as well, who I'm sure picked it all
Probably
up from
took
there.
my translation. Bestcarweb.jp.
Fake news.
Yeah. I found it interesting. I would like to see it was a GRMN or something like that.
The Gremlin.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool, right?
I think that's what it would be. It would be the Super GRMN.
Yeah. I think it'd be
Gazoo
really cool.
Racing. Gazoo was a character from the Flintstones. Am I right? Wasn't he the
Absolutely.
alien? Okay. Just making sure. Thank God Toby's here for that.
Right. Just affirmation.
Let me get that.
Daily
right, is there-
affirmation.
I think it'd be cool. You know, I think you've got the first iteration of the Supra, which we already found out. They made another iteration of that. So
Which
the
is
first time,
immediately better.
immediately better. First time buyers around. Now they've kind of servicing the can't really afford the big boy one.
Yep.
So with the 4-cylinder one, and now the people who are like, it's a fucking Toyota. It's really cheap.
They said this is going to be like 2 models up from the current Supra.
Yeah. So it'd be kind of cool, I guess, if people really want to kind of spend a lot of. Some people just want to buy it because it costs more.
I mean, I
right?
wouldn't mind.
Let's appease everybody.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a 510 horsepower factory Supra. I think that's like Porsche Turbo Fast.
Yeah.
That's a pretty for 75 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's GTR Fast. That's crazy, and it's rear wheel drive. So you see a lot of them. You get a lot of free parts. You know.
What's
I
the
wonder-
25,000 then? Nostalgia tax because it's a Supra? I don't get it.
What do you mean? Oh, the other
Yeah.
100. I think
Yeah.
100's wrong.
That's what
It has
it
to be
makes
wrong.
no sense.
Maybe it was like
$100,000.
yeah, 100 can't make sense. I mean, if it's 100, it's going to start competing with
100,000
like-
Nothing.
pesos.
Unless it's
It
like
was
the
pesos.
Acura NSX approach. We're just let's go full crazy.
let's go hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they couldn't use that engine for the NSX approach because you
No,
can
no.
just go get the same engine out of in an M3
Yeah, you could.
or an M4.
I guess yeah, because that would get you 2-door satisfy you that way.
Yeah.
Say
Oh,
that
it would
word again?
satisfy.
Yeah. What's that?
Satisfaction.
Acura.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyways, I don't know if any other cars were released this week.
No.
No,
Anything else come out?
Ben. What about you?
Car news? No. Nothing new.
All right, Ben just looked back down on his phone.
All right.
Nothing. Oh, you know what? No, there was a new Civic Type R rumor now.
Oh.
A new one?
Yeah, this next one, the 2022, may get a hybrid power plant.
What? So it just power the rear?
Yep, it would be torque vectoring electric motors on each rear wheel, making the torque vectoring all-wheel drive system.
Mm-hmm.
Borrowed technology from the NSX, and that means it would make 395 horsepower. Is what they're saying right now
That's a
for
considerable
the
amount.
2022 model year. And if you think about it, it makes sense because the reason that the Type R doesn't compete with the GTI-R right now or the Golf R
Mhm.
is that it's not all-wheel drive. That's the same reason it doesn't compete with it's better than the Subaru, but
Yeah.
technically doesn't compete with it. So if you were to throw that in, so let's say we get the Civic Type R all-wheel drive little hybrid on it, Golf R.
Mhm.
Isn't Hyundai doing an all-wheel drive thing?
I don't.
Nope.
believe so.
And then the not the Yaris, but
Because the
the
Veloster end is front wheel.
Corolla hatch murder machine that they're putting out.
It's supposed to happen.
You'd have a lot of choice in the expensive hatchback category.
Yeah, expensive hot hatch, a large car payment.
Stay true to your roots.
Yeah.
But I think Honda could probably do it for Golf R price.
What's Golf R? 40 grand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 40.
Well, what do the Type
42.
What do the Type R cost now?
30s?
High 30s, I think.
I thought
Really?
it was
I thought they were
mid-30s.
more. I thought they were more than that. I'm surprised.
Young Ben, what's the Type R cost?
Come on, man.
Oh, Josh said 100,000 yen. That's probably true.
100,000
from
yen's
that.
like $10,000 US dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
no
exactly
way.
10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's like a 10%. About.
Young Ben, you over there? You coughing?
We look at a lot of
We take
cars
this
in
guy's
car from
temperature?
Japan, so like
Oh, okay.
30 what?
Yeah, I don't do that.
I always had that
37,
look-
so it'd be
37.
US
close.
conversion.
Well, that's outrageous for a Honda.
That's a lot of money. Oh, haters over here.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It looks a little too boy racer for me, but I mean, 37 grand for a cool ass car like that.
You will find it on cinder blocks within 2 days.
There you go.
Maybe.
That happens,
They
man.
can take the
true.
pitiful looking wheels. This way, I can put something else on.
Exactly. Oh,
That's a
Josh.
blessing in disguise.
Josh is in the chat room. He mentioned there's a new SUV. It's a Hemi Jeep.
A Hemi Jeep, yeah.
Shouldn't
That's
Josh
the
be
only
on
SUV,
vacation right now? Josh, go relax.
Get back in that
He's
hot tub,
relaxing.
Josh.
Just listen to your voice. You want to sing him a little something?
That's more of an in-person private area.
Happy birthday, Mr. Podcast Daddy.
So Hemi Jeep. Okay,
Hemi
so what is
Jeep.
it? 392. Is
Mhm.
that what I assume?
Get that 392.
I'm gonna put it in a Jeep,
a
and
Hemi.
is that supposed to?
Make it faster, I
Okay.
believe. I didn't read anything about it. I
Okay.
just saw Josh's news. There was nothing else
Wait,
in the news.
a Jeep what?
Wrangler.
Wrangler.
Oh, just a plain Wrangler. Because
Yeah.
that Grand Cherokee, what do they call the $92,000 Grand Cherokee?
The Hell Track? The
Track
Track
Hawk,
Hawk.
yeah.
I've seen a few on 95. Tried to run with them.
You
They
run
beat
them?
me.
How'd the diesel do?
They beat me, but not by much.
Yeah,
See that?
diesel's got a lot of torque. Gets
Oh
it
yeah,
going.
baby.
Yeah, no, that's too much torque for them to
Yeah.
even consider.
Yeah, 392 V8 Wrangler Rubicon.
There it is.
The Wrangler Rubicon.
Rubicon Challenge.
Is it so? Would it still come with all the cool off-road stuff and detachable sway
Yep,
bars?
it's got all the extra cladding.
Does it have the green halo lights on the?
I don't know if that's a factory option.
Green Halo.
Charles, explain to me the green halo
Toby-
lights.
Toby-
Danielle and I have observed
All right,
the
so-
past few months about the green halo lights on all Jeeps, and I asked Charles for an explanation, and here it is.
I don't know.
The
I think it's an
concept.
Does
aftermarket
anyone
thing.
know why all the Jeeps have green halo lights?
Yeah, there are Jeeps,
regardless
but
of the color of the vehicle.
Young Ben must know. Don't all your friends drive Wranglers? They all have. There are a lot of Jeep Wranglers in the area, which Toby hangs out in, and they have green angel eyes on them.
a lot of them change colors too.
Well,
I've
everyone
seen them
knows
all
the
change
eyes
I
of an
colors.
see
angel
them
are always
in green.
True.
Always
That-
in green.
Well, that's
I don't
the
know.
eyes of
I'm
an
naive
angel
to
are
this.
always green.
In the arms of an angel.
That's why.
Danielle was the one who pointed it out to me.
Big
It's
shout
true
to
that I-
Danielle.
Well, you know what? The other thing too is red and blue are kind of out of the question because then you're in like impersonating an officer territory.
Yeah, and then pink can be red.
and then white
fucking
or amber
officers.
looks too OEM, and you have to show that
They're all
you have
green.
different
Every
headlights.
single variation.
no, that's
what else
I
is
like what
left?
you're saying.
Even if you have a
about
color-matched Jeep dick.
It's process of
Notice
elimination.
a lot of
though.
color-matched
Because
Jeep
purple
dicks.
might be too close to blue. They can still get you.
Yeah.
Pink's too close to red.
Yep,
Green's
well,
the only safe color
yeah.
to run your Jeep Angel Eyes.
Exactly, and it's
I'm just
the same color
naive
as
to the
Monster
answer
logo.
here. So if anyone has that answer, share it with us.
John just gave it to you.
He
yeah,
did. He
no
did,
impersonating an officer. Pink is not masculine enough.
but Purple's like an eggplant.
Well,
Yeah.
purple's just too close to blue.
Green's purple's close to blue. I think green's the safest option.
Green, the color of Cranston.
Yep,
Beautiful Cranston.
color of all the
Maybe it's a
angels'
ball,
eyes.
maybe a
Shout out to
Celtics-
Cranston.
Maybe a Celtics game's on. Speaking of colors, young Ben, I see a blue sign.
Yeah, let's talk about why that's
Why
blue.
do we have a blue sign
Yeah,
today?
Ben, give us a spiel.
What?
Really?
Well, you didn't say that's why.
Yeah, why is it blue?
Give us a nice,
Because-
elaborate explanation.
Because Lynch wouldn't let me go. Well, shut down the track before I could go for a ride with Turek.
So it's a color of sadness.
Yes.
This is your color of sadness.
Hear that, everybody?
young
Color of
Ben.
sadness.
Blue. Honestly, I thought it was purple, but
I'm actually.
You're
it's
colorblind,
accurate too.
moron.
You know, we're mourning that podcast daddy's not
Mike
not
Lynch,
here today.
The
not
sad-
only did you let us down
the
by letting
sadness because of
Staggered
Lynch.
go by the wayside,
Oh,
poor guy.
you let young Ben
He's
down.
got so much on his plate. He's like, you know what?
Meanwhile,
I love you, Mike.
Young
Shout
Ben's
out to
calling
Mike.
him out. Toby's here calling him out. Tough day to be Lynch.
Yeah.
Getting low on news, but Tesla has to change what they call autopilot in Germany.
Okay.
Because in the court, they said it was misleading.
I agree with that.
Elon says it's named after the system used in aviation, which makes it absolutely correct. Because autopilot in aviation just kind of cruises and keeps you from crashing into shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what autopilot does. But everybody thinks it's autopilot from like a sci-fi movie, I guess. So they're not going to call it that. And it's interesting because there was another article I read about there was an accident involving a Tesla hitting a police car and an ambulance in Arizona. So now they can hit 2 cars at once, which is new for Tesla.
Oh, if it's going fast enough, it could just keep going.
That must have been an update. The driver said the car was an autopilot. However, the cop's like, this guy smells like Grampy's old cough syrup here.
Oh. Maybe that's why it was an autopilot.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Is it? But now if you get in an accident and in a Tesla, can't you just, hey, I was an autopilot?
Are you behind the wheel?
Maybe, maybe not.
You're supposed to be in control of the vehicle.
Let's
at all
go
time.
back to Germany of what the German court of law wanted to call that
They didn't come
activity.
up with what they have to call it. It was the court of law was just like, you can't call it that. Not our problem to tell you what to call it. But, I mean, I'm sure Elon's going to, he can appeal it, so I'm sure he will.
Yep. Yeah.
Because he's like the richest person in the world now. Not yet, but getting there. But yeah, this driver that
Bezos.
said, I would say if you get in an accident with a Tesla, that's the first thing. I was an autopilot.
Yeah, I don't know. I always go back to, like, you're supposed to be in control of the vehicle all the time. If you're sitting behind the steering wheel.
Yeah, but that's what I do. I mean, I'd claim it was autopilot on anything now.
Yeah.
You know, new excuse.
Well, this is like the fucking calibrate your fucking speed gun bullshit.
Yeah, young Ben, get that through your head, man. It was an autopilot.
Yeah.
If you next time you wreck, tell the Rock that. Hey, man, sue autopilot. Don't sue me.
Yeah. You just sue Tesla.
You just.
They would do a bad job with this.
Yeah, this is a bad job. It's autopilot. I don't understand what that means. Suing them. So, anyways,
Weekly update on the Tesla stocks. What's the number at now, Charles?
I think they got trashed in the last couple
15
days.
and change, I think.
I just
Yeah.
saw Young Ben checking his Robinhood app a little minute
Young
ago,
Ben, you on
actually.
Robinhood right now?
Yeah.
How much you invested over
Yo,
there?
get Young Ben
Yeah.
on the mic. Young Ben,
His Fitbit stock was up.
what are you investing
Young
in?
Ben, tell us what you're at.
Whatever the free one they gave me is GoPro, Fitbit, Ford.
You making money on any?
They
Yeah,
give you
all
one
of
free
them.
one. What's
All
the
of
free
them,
one?
Crunch those numbers for us.
COTY.
Well, click it.
You got COTY so did I for free. It sucks.
Yeah, that's literally the name of the brand.
Hey,
is COTY.
he's Young Ben.
What is- so
Give
what
him
do
a
they
little
do?
Slack.
I don't know.
You didn't Google what it is?
Chuck, do you know what it is?
I have no idea. I was just like,
What are
free,
your
I don't give a
stocks
shit.
worth, Young Ben, right now?
Oh, nothing. I have.
Give us the number.
I'm broke, so
Give us a number.
I don't know. Ford's
like
way up. I don't know why.
$25.
Yeah, I made a
Hey,
bunch of money off
it's
of
more
it.
than I got in stocks right now.
There you go. Young Ben knocking on the park.
Uh,
Wait till you hear about our challenge. You're going to have to get that thing really cranking. Yeah, I'm losing money in everything. if
The morning of the
anybody's
I'm
13th,
making-
I bought a shitload of stocks in Ford, so
wondering. Did you really?
yeah, I paid off.
I'm green.
Charles,
in
give us
everything.
that Tesla number. Come on, be honest.
Tesla number right now is 1509. But the thing was,
What was it last week?
it was 1800 2 days ago.
Ooh.
1509 is pretty strong.
Yeah.
So that's our Tesla minute.
Yeah. My free one was Plug Power, but that stays pretty steady. So I'm running with my one free stock.
So
on that.
Curtis just hit us up and saying every Tesla crash has been customers' fault, and they have the craziest black boxes, which I'm not surprised because remember when the Prius had the air quotes sticking gas pedal, and it
Yes.
turned out old people that drive Priuses just couldn't distinguish.
Yeah.
Yep.
They go to hit the brake and hit the gas, and that it was in the news that it was a sticking gas pedal, and none of them were.
Yeah.
Could be the same thing.
There's no accountability in our society.
Exactly, buddy.
There you go.
Getting deep.
Everything's a lawsuit,
Yeah,
you know.
in the
It's
U.S.
not
of
my
A.
fault. It's Corey's.
See? It's the autopilot's fault. It's, you know,
It's Corey's fault.
whoever's fault. It was the car in front of me. Someone
Just
else's.
blame Young Ben.
Yeah.
It's probably Young Ben's fault. Probably
Young
put that
Ben.
rock there. Young
Those
Ben.
rocks. A lot of rocks in Situate.
Do you have
Oh,
any
no,
other
it's
relative news?
I don't think anything else happened.
Nothing
buddy.
else.
Nothing?
Nothing
No.
else.
Nothing else.
John,
Just
you
moving
got
on to
anything?
the main.
Oh, well, the Bronco.
Yeah.
Bronco?
Let's just put it out there.
OJ.
So,
I want OJ spec. Bronco came out.
well, there's going to be 7 different trim levels at a minimum and 200 accessories already.
I'll tell you what.
200?
Over
That's what
200.
they've already listed already.
As a guy that
That's gonna
7 trim
bankrupt
levels,
Ford.
like, what do you need more than 3 or 4 for, really?
as a guy that doesn't give a shit, I'm absolutely wowed by how cool the
is.
Bronco
Yeah.
looks.
And I always liked that Toyota thing
Rendering.
with 3 wipers that looks like a porta potty, and it reminds me of that. So
Mhm.
I'm into it.
The porta potty
Yeah.
truck, yeah.
I think it's great of Ford to kind
my
of go,
favorite
hey,
sound.
we're just going to go hog wild with this. Fucking
Go as hard as we want.
all the
All
chips
the
in.
eggs in the basket.
All eggs in one basket.
Bankrupt.
do what we got to do.
Bail
I
out.
think it's going to pay off huge for him.
I think so too. You know,
I think
what?
it'll pay off huge for him. And I think 200 accessories is great because like every person's going to stick all shit onto their car all different
Well,
ways.
look how
AutoZone.
modified Jeeps are. People keep saying, I mean, when's there a Bronco dick? There already is a Bronco dick.
Yeah.
Ford had it on the website
and
already.
it's an OEM Bronco dick.
Wait a minute. Sorry. Repeat that again.
You can get an OEM Ford Bronco dick. I do not believe Jeep has ever released a real Jeep dick from the factory.
Jeep does not offer a dick from the factory.
However, you can get an authorized Ford dick on your Bronco.
Yep.
With warranty. Dick with warranty.
You can warranty the dick on your
you
Bronco.
could literally get a dealer
now
install and
that
deliver it.
is incentive enough just to purchase
You
it
can get
myself.
the dealer to put it on
That's
for you.
incentive enough. Warranty dick.
And I'll tell you what, they really knocked it out of the park because you know what else they did? They included a shitty model
Yeah.
that regulars can buy.
Did you see they have a pants window too, like the
Pants window
the
like the
Senna?
Senna.
like the
They
Senna.
took that
Yep.
right from the
they got
Senna.
they got the pants
I'm
window.
a big fan of that. I really like that.
Yeah.
I like the shitty version, the Sport.
The sport,
That's I want a Bronco, but I'm not going to do shit off-road.
Well,
Fake it till you make it.
I
Exactly.
appreciate that.
Yeah, the pants
Did
window
they-
I was really excited
It's
about.
smaller than
Explain
an
the
Escape,
pants window.
which is crazy.
I'm
I'll
naive.
show you. So on the
It is. It's smaller than an Escape, right? It's built on an
Oh, I see.
Built on a car platform.
Is it really? I thought it was
Yeah.
built on an Escape.
Now, can you take the doors off of these bad boys?
yes.
Yeah, one bolt.
Yep.
Everybody knows the
one
rules.
bolt?
One bolt,
One
everybody
bolt.
knows the rules.
One bolt and a lift.
Yep. And it's got places for you to put your hands to take the doors out.
Wow, it's foolproof.
Never going to see a door again. They even put
Not foolproof.
They
Someone will
mounted
fuck
the
it up.
goddamn mirrors to the A-pillar.
I'm just more excited about the factory dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know.
I think the crazy. When I saw it came out, I was like, okay, all these different options. I think that's crazy.
Yes.
Right? Because like you've got everything from a $29,000 option up to a $58,000 option, which is allegedly sold out. or
29
whatever.
to 58 is the
And
range.
7-speed manual transmission too,
Yeah.
which
Which
is very cool.
I got a bit of a gripe with as well.
Well, one of
because-
them's one of the
crawl.
gears is a crawl,
Yep.
So
which is called first gear.
yeah.
No, it's
What's
just
the issue with that? Why are you
Well,
shaking
you
your
call it a
scoffing at this?
You call it a 7-speed.
it's just like a.
It's like you never count reverse.
instead of a low range, right?
Yeah.
You're counting. Yeah.
Yeah, and on like a Tacoma.
they're counting
on a
reverse?
Are they
Tacoma
counting
stick.
reverse?
No. But I'm saying
You don't
I
count
drive,
crawl.
I drive a
It's
six-
low range.
I drive a 6-speed BMW. I don't count it as a 7-speed. It's like a reverse is the way to go.
Right, but this would be an 8-speed if they were counting reverse.
That's what my point is that why are we going to count crawl?
Crawl counts as a forward gear, therefore it's part of the 7
But
speed.
when you look
But
at like
it's
an
just a
older
different
manual
word.
4-wheel drive, they have
Yeah.
high and low, and then it's still a regular 5.
Right, this doesn't have a low.
Yeah,
This just
this
has a
is just-
single gear.
Yeah.
So
It's a single crawl
if you
gear.
had a low like Toyota Cruiser thing,
Exactly.
you got more gears.
I'm going to be honest,
they
with all
don't
those
count it.
jabronis working at the Ford factories
Yep.
with 200 options, how many people do you think are going to order various options and then have it come out wrong because some alcoholic modified their
Well, you-
truck at the factory and
you
got the
really-
wrong package?
What
You
do those
think highly
guys
of these
do
hardworking
to you?
people.
What did those guys do to you? I'm not
Jesus.
trying to get thrown
I
off the
just have
internet
low
for the
hopes.
UAW here.
I just
Jesus.
have low hopes that they're going to
I
fulfill
got
your
every-
wish list.
I got
Well,
every
it's-
confidence in the,
200
Ford Union.
You
The
guys
200
disagree, huh?
accessories is just like VW gear. It's
Yeah.
like those are just bolt-on accessories. The actual packages are just
Oh,
going to be
I'm
7
sorry. I
packages.
misunderstood. I thought that was part of the
No,
packages.
the
They probably send
that's
them to
going
the
to be
dealer, and then
like
the dealer fucks them up.
no, that's going to be like the
Dealer
floodlights
installed.
and the roof racks and the dicks.
I like that the little wires that go from the things in the front to the roof, the little branch clearers.
Yeah.
That,
Brush
I'm getting
guard.
that. I'm running that all the time.
150 pounds of support on those.
150 pounds.
150
That's
pounds.
impressive.
Do they offer a snorkel from the factory?
150? They should
I don't
throw,
know,
They should
actually.
throw
I
that on
didn't
the
look at the
Mustang.
full
Keep your
list.
windshield fine when you
Right.
go through a crowd.
I mean,
Nothing like that.
so what I was saying before is, so John said 7 different options, but realistically it's like 14 because they both come in a 2 and a 4-door option.
Can we get
okay.
this? Can we get the package names?
Yeah, I'm looking for the
The
package.
package
listings
names.
right
I know
now.
one of them Sasquatch, the Sam Squanch, which
Yeah.
I'm very excited
Sam
about.
Squatch.
Goddamn Sam Squanch.
Let's see.
One of them's like the John Denver edition.
the Black Diamond, the
Was
Is there
there
an
one of
Eddie
Black
Bauer?
No,
Yeah.
he's been dumped.
Eddie's dumped.
One
Yeah.
the Peter North edition.
Whoa, we're
Yeah.
going a different road there.
Yeah, he's a big drifter.
yeah, you know, the names I thought were pretty cool. Like they kind of put some thought into.
Is the
it's
site
a-
still crashed?
I think I got it.
It's a name that people can get kind of excited about. like,
I want the
All
John
right,
Denver.
you're
I
really
want the
building it up, so
I
this
need
better
that
be good.
country
now.
road
Oh,
edition.
I got it. All right, so there's the base.
base.
Base
That's a lame
is
name.
MSRP 29.
Yep.
We don't need to go into detail about that.
Nope.
It's a base. Then we've got the Big Bend.
The Big Bend.
There you go.
So that
Shout the Big English Ben.
It's about a $5,000 option.
All right.
Upgrading that, you get the additional GOAT driving mode.
GOAT.
Which-
Don't worry, that's
Is that the
not
Tom
all.
Brady driving mode?
Yeah.
So that's the goes over any type of terrain driving mode.
Yes.
Oh, that's so
Goes
that's
over
so-
all
so-
terrain.
Which I did make fun of when I
way better.
didn't know what it stood for.
Yeah.
But I was like, goes over any type of terrain. All right, it's the goat mode.
Go, baby.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Tom Brady.
The one that comes with the GOAT mode, the Big Bend, is still powered by the 2.3 option
Shit's sweet.
engine.
Is that named after Ben Dover?
But you can get a Big Bend with a 2.7 EcoBoost as an additional
Eco
option.
Boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're helping the
No,
environment,
yeah,
baby.
EcoBoost is cool.
You don't drive a
I'm on board
Bronco
with
if you care about the
EcoBoost.
environment.
What else we got?
I think that's
Black
the point. You
Diamonds.
get to do both, you know?
A Black Diamond.
Yep. This has some more off-road cladding.
Heavy duty skid plates.
Yep. Skid plates.
I was just waiting for the
tougher bumper.
Unnecessary weight.
I like this one.
Needed for drag times.
Marine grade vinyl seat trim.
Marine
so you can
grade.
just like wash out the
You
fucking
can just
interior.
hose that
You-
motherfucker
yeah,
down.
You can
piss
do
your pants in that
anything
thing.
in that interior.
Urine,
Yeah, like that Honda.
feces, just flush it out.
It's got floor
not,
drains.
Not the Pilot. The
Floor
other one.
drains, really? They have floor drains.
floor drains.
That's
What's
cool.
the Honda? Shit, I'm drawing.
Oh,
a
the
blank on-
Element.
Element.
Thank you.
Oh,
Element,
that-
yeah. My
those
friend's
are
dad
so
had
good.
an Element. You just hose that motherfucker
Yeah,
out.
hose
Yep.
it out.
Cleanse.
Yep.
Cleanse.
Next is Outer Banks.
Yep.
It's a
The
great,
Outer
great
Banks.
show on Netflix. That's all I know about that one.
Carl-
let's see, it
is
has
that the
this-
Carlton
oh,
Banks?
They love those
This
Southern
has
boys.
extra LED lighting.
This one seems like the mall
Ooh,
crawler.
$8,000 for LED lighting.
Heated front row bucket seats. The mid package includes dual zone climate control remote start. So this is kind of like the standard options that they offer on like an SE level of everything.
That's a little bitch package.
Yeah, basically.
This one seemed like kind of like the person who'd buy it and just drive around the city, which I'm pretty sure
Exactly.
they all are. But
Everybody,
at least,
yeah.
At least this one,
This is the
you would
person that
get
goes in there
everything you
knowing
want.
they're
I
getting
need
that.
37-inch tires.
Exactly.
Everybody
They
do
know
that.
up front that that's the only thing
Yeah.
they're gonna do, so they're gonna
Yeah.
get like
They
the
didn't
good
want to buy
stereo.
the sport.
All terrain or mall terrain.
Yeah.
You
They
guys
didn't-
know
exactly.
that
They
word.
didn't
That's
want
the
to buy the
mall-terrain
sport because they
package.
didn't want to bitch out,
Yeah.
but they bought the bitch out edition. All right, what else we got?
Badlands.
Badlands.
Badlands. I didn't even see that one yet.
You
Well,
haven't
that
gotten that
sounds-
one. That's right after the Outer Banks, baby.
On this list I'm looking
one
at,
at
I
a
got
time.
Wild Track next.
The Wild Track.
Wild Track.
Yeah, and then I have Badlands after
Is that the wild
Ooh,
thing?
okay.
Actually, it should be the other way because the Badlands is actually cheaper.
Tell me
So
about the
go to- Go
Badlands.
to the Badlands. You have that one pulled up?
I got that here. So what do you got? We got some Bilstein suspension.
Oh, Billy Ballstein.
Stabilizing bar, front rear locking diffs.
How do they not have that on the cheapos?
Makes it the most capable Bronco you can get.
Wait,
Heck.
what? What about the Sam Squanch?
That's like a package. These are the
Oh, really?
actual models.
All right, what do we
yeah.
got for
So
the?
that's the
Yeah.
top of the line,
What's after
Corey.
the
The
Badlands?
Badlands.
No, there's
more.
more.
Not
There's
even
like
close.
100
but
more.
wait, there's more.
What else we got?
That one also adds rock crawl mode
Yep.
to the
Is that-
goat
Which Corey says is a
mode.
fake gear.
Is that your 7-speed?
They all seem to have the
Fake gear.
crawling, which I just
Fake.
it's not a gear. It's just like
It's
not.
I still call it a gear.
It's not a gear. Yeah.
Do you, Chuck?
Yeah,
It's a gear.
It's a strange gear.
Yeah.
But it's still a gear.
It's a gear.
to call it a 6-speed transmission with a crawling.
Well, I mean,
gear
you
would
could
make more
probably
sense.
start and crawl all the time.
Does
Like an
your BMW have a crawl gear?
No,
Okay, then case closed.
but if it did, would it
Case
be
closed.
would it be called a 7-speed?
yes, I would call it a 7-speed if
No.
it had the crawl gear. It
Yeah.
is a gear.
You should
It is
install a
separate
crawl gear.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
I believe I'm with Corey. I'm with Toby. You should put a crawl gear in your BMW.
A gear is
It'd
a
be very
gear.
helpful.
Seriously, a gear's a gear.
Okay, what else you got?
Yeah.
We got Wild
A
Track.
hole's a hole.
Now here's where I'm getting super confused.
Wild thing.
So the Wild Track
Yes.
gets the cushy mid package, it says, but then this has the Sasquatch package. I thought I was
Oh,
already
the
look-
Sam
So,
Squanch.
so I'm looking at trim levels, and then beyond that, you can get the packages.
Well, yeah, let's just stick
you can
with the
put
trim
your,
levels
You can
for
put your
now.
package into the trim.
No, we've had enough package
that's-
talk
yeah.
earlier.
Yeah,
that's-
let's just stick with
With
the
Toby
packages
here.
so that we don't get confused.
Anyway, so the Wild Track's next. They call it the Desert Runner, essentially. It's got the Sasquatch package.
Yep.
35-inch mud
Dust
tires.
control,
The Bilstein's like the one
Micron
Corey just
filter,
listed. Baja mode for desert cruising.
Baja.
Yes,
Baja, I
Baja
believe it
mode.
is.
And it has some hood
This one seems you can also made it to a 10-speed automatic.
Well,
Yes.
we know how Corey feels about the additional speeds.
Yeah,
At
what
least-
kind of speeds that thing have?
At least these are like actual 10.
3 crawl speeds.
Yeah. No. No. Velvet Teslas. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh.
and then the first edition, which is the
Yes.
one that says reservations are full.
So they sold out of the first edition.
You
But
realize that
that
they were going
one
to say
actually-
reservations were full, even
matter
if
what.
there was no reservations.
Well, see, here's the thing. It was only $100, right, to reserve one. However,
That's pathetic.
They don't
screwed
call
up on
you-
that one.
well, I mean, Tesla did the same thing with the Cybertruck.
I
It was
believe the
$100.
Focus RS was $2,000 down to reserve one.
And then it was another $5,000 at the dealer to buy one.
Yeah.
How much
Yeah.
was
Well,
it
hey,
to
pay to
reserve it?
play,
$100
baby.
bucks?
$100.
Oh, that's so everybody just took up their Cybertruck thing. We're like, yeah, all right.
Even
So
young
everyone-
Ben has $100 to throw at
Fully
that.
refundable. And then it's $100, and then they call you at the end of 2020 to confirm your reservation. So then you can be like,
Then you
yeah,
just
nah,
bail.
Nah,
give me
I'm
my
out.
$100 back. And then at sometime in 2021,
Non-refundable.
they'll call you to kind of spec it out, and then people expect to take delivery midway through 2021. So
Okay.
we're like a year out.
You get a ways.
That's
Dartology
really not
said you
bad.
screwed that up, and it's actually Desert Runner, not a Desert
Oh,
Runner.
okay.
That's a Desert
Oh, was it
Runner.
one S or two S's?
So
This one also, the first edition also comes with the OEM dick installed.
yeah,
Is that the one? The first edition
And-
Oh,
comes
that's
with the
worth
dick.
the extra 30 grand
I
itself.
consider this a design flaw. The
Absolutely.
top bar of the dick
Yes.
actually lines up with the text that says Bronco,
Yeah.
which seems like a total afterthought.
So it
to me.
erases the Bronco,
Yeah, it's
so the
it's-
tip of
it's
the
a-
dick-
It's a BO with a bar in the middle.
blocks the
So
belly
the
button.
head
Yeah.
of the dick
Yeah.
is a shroom.
Yep.
Yep. It's,
Therefore, you cannot see the B. Let's see a
No,
picture
you can
of
see
this,
the B
John.
and the O. It's the
it's the Ronk.
Yeah. it's the
Another
wrong-
epic fail by O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
and there's no O.J. Simpson edition if I'm correct.
No, they actually
They did
don't
make
even
white.
show any concept
Ford
pictures.
fails
really in white.
again.
The
Very
s- so
little.
the site has been down, like very
Works
hard to. You can configure it now.
Yeah, it was only down for a very short
Yesterday
amount
it
of time.
was tough. It's tough to get in there.
Everybody's already over it.
So what they did, which was pretty smart, and I don't know if someone took this from, like, so shoe launches go crazy and shut down websites, and they do this thing where they send you to a loading page, and it just kind of filters people in slowly,
Yep.
and that's all they did there. But it
Excellent.
took like 30 seconds to filter you in, and then once you're in there, you're fine. You can move around fine. But like when it first launched, I tried going to it, fucking no chance.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
they'll
heard
go
it was in John, you hit the red button, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's usually green. I was like, fuck. Here we
we
go
have
again.
not been recording for.
I sent a picture to Josh and he said it was good.
Does it say? Does it have a time counter on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
What's our time?
No,
Time
if it was
check.
green, that would be real bad.
No,
Yeah,
Howard
yeah.
Stern used to talk about the radio. Time check. It is now 8:22 past
That's an
the hour.
FCC thing, though.
So I think everyone feels good about this Bronco. Even me, who I didn't think I was
Yeah.
gonna.
I'm indifferent.
I think that the yellow one, the beefy yellow one with the goddamn the crowd catchers on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that's
they should
cool.
bring to Mustang. I'm in on.
Explain the crowd catchers to a novice.
So it's a branch deflector. So you have like kind of loops
like
on the end and
aircraft
loops
cable.
up top, and you just put an aircraft cable between the two. So if you have branches, it just pushes them out
Now,
of the way.
are they proud to the side of the trash can lid arches, or are they
No, they go over
kind
the
of tight
top.
to the bottom?
No, they go over the top.
So
Like
if I was looking
from the
at it,
top of the windshield to the front of the fenders, like to the
oh,
headlights.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So does it look menacing if one of these approached me from behind on the highway? Would those intimidate me?
probably
Maybe
couldn't
not on
even
a
see
highway,
'em.
but in a rest area, you'd be worried.
All right, all right.
I definitely, yeah. I think.
Do they have
cool.
trash can lid arches?
Yes, absolutely,
Absolutely.
Comes
And then
factory, and they come
Straight
right off.
from the
Varying
job
sizes.
lot kiddie pool, cut to order.
Every
for-
there's an incredible amount. So the interior didn't really. The initial interior pics I wasn't impressed by. Now
you can
seeing
wash
the,
it off though.
The interior pics, I like it. I like the brown leather they had. I
I
like
have a
that they have
feeling
the
it's
the
really
old
not
ship
leather.
bars.
I like that it has floor drains. That's actually kind of cool.
So every bolt in the truck that has Ford on it is like a hex with a Ford written on the bolt. Means
Yep.
you
That
can
is a
remove that
classy
part.
move.
okay.
And they're going
Oh,
to make a
that's
ton of
clever.
accessories to go on there and aftermarket shit. So
Factory
There's a lot of
bolt-on.
ton
thought.
of stuff, ton of thought into it. But the
seems like-
Isn't
development
that
time
how
was
every
like 4
vehicle
years.
should be though?
No.
You would think so. You would think so for sure. But there's a ton of thought that went into kind of just the ease of use and kind of like they covered, like we were talking about the Supra, they're doing something to appease everyone. So the people who want to buy a Bronco but can't really afford it, you got a pretty reasonably priced one that's falls in technically below what the average cost of a new vehicle is.
right.
So you've got that. Then you've got the mid-range one, which is just like, hey, I know I'm never going to use this to
All
outside,
terrain.
but it's got all the comfy shit inside of it, big stereo, big screen, all
Still
that
looks
stuff.
cool.
But it looks pretty badass. And then you've got the gnarly one, all the way at the end, which could be like the TRD Pro type version or like the Raptor version, which maybe someone actually does do something with it.
Well, I would assume that anyone who's actually going to off-road them would buy the cheapo one and then modify it on their own so that they can actually go off-road with it.
The interesting
But
thing,
that's as an aftermarket enthusiast.
but
saying that.
they allow the Sam Squanch package, which is the big off-road package, on any of the trim levels.
Yeah, so you can get a base with that.
You can get a
which is
base
cool.
with big off-road shit.
Okay.
So you get the big
And the
tires.
other thing is
shit.
you'd want the crawl gear probably. That would probably be
Well, I
beneficial.
want all 7 speeds.
Yeah.
Now, how does the warranty work with vehicles like that? Say you're off going mud bogging over in Middleborough and
And
Plymouth,
it's designed to do
and
that.
you break the rear pumpkin while you're going off-roading. How does the warranty cover that on a new vehicle like that?
That's a
Does
good
anyone
question.
know?
I honestly don't know.
It probably
Yeah,
doesn't.
if you're
I'd
actually
assume.
using it for its purpose.
If anyone
are they
works
gonna
at a
say, "I'm sorry,
manufacturer
that's
that
not
has
covered under the
off-road
warranty."
equipped vehicles,
How does that work? Can
Right.
anyone share that with
yeah,
us?
give us a shout out to that.
That
I
doesn't
gotta-
just
I'm
apply to the
curious.
Bronco. It applies to any
I
type
got a
of
Jeep guy. I'll ask him.
vehicle like that. I've always been curious about that with the factory
Yeah, because you're going to be
warranties.
doing some crazy shit off-road, right?
Right. I mean, if you buy one,
Yeah, I mean, if they
naturally you're going to
advertise
go
it as
off your
off-road
first
ready.
power line trail.
Yeah.
First power line trail you see, you're taking a beeline right for
You're
it.
beelining right through that thing.
Wouldn't you, Charles?
If you blow your pumpkin, that's your problem.
Blow that pumpkin, baby.
Well, I don't
Now,
know
when's the
about
last year that a Bronco was sold retail?
96.
Whew, hot on the info.
That was a
great
great year.
year.
I remember that. I
Yeah,
lost my
beautiful year.
virginity.
96. Good year.
Yeah.
Great year.
So what's interesting is it looks like if you get the base, you can't get the 7-speed manual in a 4-door. If you get a 4-door base, you can only get the 10-speed automatic.
Crawl gear.
Oh, that's not good. It's game over.
Yeah,
Really
that's-
strange.
Can you?
That's a mistake.
The 2-door has seats in the back, right? The coupe.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
It looks like the seats
Throw
in the
'em
back.
out.
Yeah.
You get ripped
All
over.
right,
Ditch the
we
seats.
got some. We
That's
got
for the week.
two-seater.
Seats are for the week.
we
Yeah,
got some
two men
insight
together,
on the,
that's all
on
you
the
need, Charles.
off-road
You and me.
warranty.
Curtis always on the inside right here.
Not covered.
One word, not covered.
Not covered.
Interesting.
So what is the purpose of the warranty?
Yeah.
Because you got to drive it within its limits. So the Sam
Small
Squanch,
terrain.
Sam Squanch gives you 13 inches of clearance. I mean, 13 inches, I believe even you would think that's a lot.
13's enough. Trust me.
It's a respectable size, I suppose.
There we are. So 13 inches of clearance, man. I mean, you shouldn't be bashing that
It's really
pumpkin.
not much, though. You know how big a rock is?
You shouldn't be hammering that pumpkin.
Ben, how big are rocks?
Oh, big.
Ben, our resident rock expert,
Yeah.
please chime in on
What is it,
rocks.
a geologist, right? Is that what?
They're big.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Ben, what are you looking at on your
Ben's
phone?
got a big one.
Oh, Ben, what are you making?
I was trying to get a 2-door base model with the manual, and see if that could come up.
No.
No.
And you're not looking at the sport, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, the sport's the little bitch model. You don't want that.
Play a little game. Let's look at Ben's search history.
Oh, no.
We've
Get
asked
away.
before, yeah.
No.
Private browsing.
Yeah, you know what's funny is all the hype on the internet's all been around the 2 and 4 doors. Like the sport just kind of was like,
Yeah, but it's a sport. Everybody knows what the sport is.
yeah,
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's like how you can get an F-150 that looks just like a Raptor.
only it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what the sport is.
Yeah.
It looks just like a Bronco. And honestly, the styling on the Bronco is cool to the point where, like, it probably looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it sucks.
What's interesting to me is how different the sport looks.
It does look a lot. Yeah, it's a 100-footer.
It's a Nissan Xterra.
White trash
Yeah,
version.
it's 100% a Nissan Xterra.
White
Yeah.
trash version.
Yeah,
AKA Terry.
it's and it's crazy how different the interiors are between the two.
Oh, I didn't even look at the interior of the sport.
Non-bolstered,
Totally different.
non-bolstered
Yeah.
cloth.
Graveyard seats.
The interior of the Bronco
Kirky
Sport,
race seats.
I would call it more focus-ish,
Yep.
like that style.
Yep.
And the Bronco's like totally its own thing.
The Bronco, the interior was way better than I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be.
Because I think that original last week we were talking about like what the interior looked like. I think we were kind of led to believe that interior we were seeing previews of was the Bronco, but technically it was just the Bronco Sport.
I believe we're bamboozled
Bamboozled a little
by
bit,
Ford again.
which I'm into a little bit. You know, I
No,
don't want
I
to
know.
know everything.
No,
Feed it to me a little bit at a time.
I
yeah.
feel like concept interior photos are always kind of half-assed too. It's like in person, it's always different. Not always better, but different.
yeah, you don't want to know it
In
all
true
right away.
Ford fashion, Corey, how many steps is the door?
I don't know. I haven't seen one yet. Hopefully I get to see
It
What's
one.
looks
your
like
guess?
not many steps, and I
Don't
think
get me
the-
started
Let's
on
take
the
some
door.
guesses
These guys
on the
and
door
steps.
length.
Yeah, it looks like a small door.
Yeah,
I mean,
think it's
can't
going to
be
Do you
very
like a
big.
big door or a small door?
I like small doors.
Yeah, and if your door's off completely, you
Yeah.
can get a
One
big
bolt
gulp.
door,
You
Charles.
can get that
One
big
bolt door.
You could get one of those monsters with a screw top right through the window. No problem on that if the door's not even there.
Oh, absolutely.
You might even be able to fit one of those through the leg window.
How many of them come in a convertible or a safari top?
Well, I think you can get the 2 and 4 door
Yeah.
with the top that comes off.
Do you
The
call the
bikini top?
safari bikini?
Soft.
Soft or
Yeah.
hard?
A flaccid top, I believe, is what it could be
I
specified
prefer
as.
the bikini top on
Yeah.
Jeeps.
I like the bikini tops.
Yeah, I don't know. There seems to be a lot of excitement out there from a lot of people who have driven it already. They seem to be really impressed with it now.
When are the Revival Boys going to drive one? Ford, I hope you're listening.
Literally
What's
never.
up, Ford?
Yeah.
Ford, you're
Yeah.
really letting us down. Do we know anyone who owns a Ford or works at a Ford dealership?
I know
sure
someone.
don't.
Yeah, I do. For sure. But, I mean, the chance of getting one, no, it's not going to
Yeah.
happen.
Step it up, Ford boys
Yeah. It's just not.
and ladies and non-binaries.
Yeah.
Especially the non-binaries.
Yeah,
huh?
whatever you want to specify as. But
Yeah.
Whatever you identify as, if you're a Ford human being, contact Corey.
We found
No.
out that a lot of our people know about Discoveries, which we've never seen. Not Discoveries, the other one.
yeah, in that dealership, we couldn't figure out
The Rover.
where one is. Yeah, it's in
Oh,
Warwick. There's one in Warwick.
What's his face that works at one? Ben Munzberg is like the GM of one. You guys know him. Broke status guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
He's the GM of a Rover place. I might be wrong, but he used to be at least. Maybe
All
he
this
got
running,
fired.
all this running to reserve one doesn't make sense to me, because like there's so many models, and like they're putting all their eggs in one basket. Like these things are going to be flooded into. They're going to look like Mustangs on the dealership.
Saturate the market.
Yeah, they're going to be all over the
Yeah,
place.
but that means it's going to be cheap.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
wait
why-
1 year, buy one cheap.
So I'm going to take my
Use the
$100
chuck
bucks.
system, chop those fuckers down.
Yeah, but if you're paying up front and you're going to pay markup and stuff, you're going to get destroyed.
Yeah, I'm going to take my
Does
$100
Ford
as
mark up,
reservation,
though?
put it in a CD, and then when that actually comes out at the end of 2021,
CD.
I'll be able to buy one cash.
Yeah, yeah, sure, a CD.
Yeah, why don't you make your interest
you're
off
gonna
your
put
savings
$100
account?
in, and at the end of, at the end of 3
1
years, you
cent
have
a month.
$103.
I was like, I have $107. I'll be able to buy one cash.
A
But
CD.
yeah, the rushing to reserve one was interesting to me because there was no.
I saw some people. I'm not going to name reserve. I think it's a bold
I
move.
think you should blow up their names
Dox
right
them?
now, Charles.
His name is Toby Tightpants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered a Bronco.
Yeah. So what?
I don't know. I think it's cool. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see more, learn more about it, get more stuff about it.
Excited to be around
It's
one.
the first SUV that I've been interested in a long time. It's very cool.
It's the first new vehicle to come out in a long time that I've
Exactly.
actually cared about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I initially didn't care at all. And
I still don't.
You know what? I
Yeah.
think it's pretty cool.
No,
I
like
think only cool guys care, though.
I
That's why Corey
really-
doesn't care.
I really liked that Toyota thing with the 3 wipers, and it reminds me of that. So that's
The FJ?
yeah. I have
the foot job cruiser?
yeah. I have very limited
Can't get into those.
explanation for why I like it, but that's why.
I'm wondering what this is going to do for, like, are Jeep people you think can transition some? That are Jeep people?
No. It's
If you're
like
a Jeep guy, you're a Jeep guy, right?
yeah, there's a big
Yeah.
difference. It's like the Warwick boys use the gray primer, the Providence boys use the rusty red primer,
Yeah.
and the Cranston boys use the flat black primer.
Use
You
Mako.
don't cross
Yeah.
contaminate.
I think
So if you're a Jeep boy, you definitely don't go to the O.J. Simpson
think
mobile
some might,
and vice
though.
versa.
right now it's the brand new thing.
Traders.
So you
Yeah.
got some Jeep boys moving. I was watching the video the other day. The back, like if you're looking at the back 3/4 shot of it, it looks just like a Jeep Wrangler that someone just
does.
smushed.
Yeah.
So
Smush
right now,
Jeep.
right now it's the hot new thing. If the Bronco's been out for years and the Jeep came out, everybody like, look at the Jeep, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
This is true. This
For
is true
sure.
because the Jeep stays relatively unchanged. Give this about 1 year, and everyone will go, Bronco, what?
I don't
but
know.
how long has a Jeep been unchallenged? Like there's been nothing in its price range. There was
No.
an FJ, but nobody cared.
This is true on
Now
the
it's another American company.
domestic market.
Although I
That's
believe
true.
those Jeeps are made in China.
When's Tesla going to make a
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck.
So when does Chevy do something?
China.
Oh, they're never gonna China.
Yeah.
So-
Chevy.
That's
That'd
the thing. So
Oh,
obviously
it'd be so
Dodge,
cool if they made a
did the Jeep.
Blazer with a removable top again. That would
Dodge
be
the
amazing.
father, ran
Blazer
the
was a
daughter.
steaming pile of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those, the ones
Chevy's
with
been,
the pop tops though, those are
like
good.
I used to love
haphazardly
those Blazers.
Yeah, me
returning
too.
fire for years. I just
S-Dime.
don't think they're gonna do anything.
Yeah.
It only takes 420 bolts to remove the
Did
top.
Chevy didn't even like do a Dodge and try to respond to the Pterodactyl or whatever the Dodge one is? Pterodactyl.
Oh,
the
yeah,
TRX?
the
Yeah.
TRX.
Yeah, because on the car front, the top three. They battle between
Yeah.
the big dog Mustang and
Which, oh yeah, the
Ford
nice car.
doesn't make cars anymore.
so they
Just
make a Mustang. Yeah. So they fight on that front. Obviously on the pickup trucks there was no response, and now on
No.
the
Chevy trucks are far superior.
SUV front. I mean,
I've heard good things
are
about
they going to
Chevy trucks.
respond at all?
I think that Chevy.
a rock.
I don't think they respond.
They put
Like
all
a
their
rock.
eggs for trucks in like the Denali basket. Like if you want like a fully loaded, comfy seat like truck with a camper top, like a Denali GMC is gonna be way nicer.
It's going
Or
to
if
be
you're-
way more expensive.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
if you're
for
an
sure.
ambassador in Midtown, you
But I
obviously
don't
have
think
the
they care about
You need that
competing in
Denali
the
swag.
Raptor market. It's like
They
they
all
haven't
have
even
Denali's.
attempted it.
No,
Well,
nobody even had. I mean, this Dodge
Yeah.
thing's not going to do it.
I mean, Chevy
With what?
made those like
that Dodge, the Tyrannosaurus.
Dodge is weak. They're at the
Tyrannosaurus
bottom
Rex.
of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Chevy made that roll bar for like 2 years that they were trying to sell like last year on some off-road models, but it was
Can't
pretty
compete with
half-assed.
Jeeps,
Everybody
though.
caught on to that.
Ransom Pete saying, bring back the International Harvester Scout.
Oh, those
That'd
are
be cool.
Those are very cool.
They bring back that International Scout. I saw one on the beach the other day while I was in my, whatever the hell thing, Rubicon.
Gladiator.
Charles
God,
owns a Rubicon.
That thing looks awesome.
It definitely looks
I have
cool.
access to a Rubicon.
The
I thankfully
Perkowski
don't own
family
one.
has a Rubicon.
Oh,
Same
you
thing.
just dox me?
I let his name out.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a company that could take over International, stop pushing them back out in the market. What could we do?
What?
What could we possibly do? Like if say International started, say Chevy was like, oh, you know what? Our answer is going to be to bring back the International. You think people would be amped on that? Do you think people even know about what an
I
International
would.
is?
What time was that?
757.
No, on the thing.
No.
Oh, 104.
All right.
Oh, we can't have that?
I would prefer not.
So you think Chevy could do something like that where
my
they bring?
sincerest apologies.
All right,
No, it's fine. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
conversation over. Moving along. What do we
Yes.
got?
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Are we moving on?
We're moving on.
Okay.
Main topic. We killed that one immediately.
I had videos.
What's that?
No, we'll do videos later.
Yeah, I have a ton of videos.
Yeah, videos will be after the main topic
Yeah.
today.
I don't even know what the main topic is.
Toby came with the main topic.
What do we
Toby.
got?
were you
Cricket
saying?
noise.
Oh, so when this idea was presented, I was at Charles' living quarters Sunday. He and his partner invited my partner and I over for a luncheon / pool party / group area, and presented the idea of just having where is everyone with their project cars? So everyone has had, well, I shouldn't say everyone. Myself, I have had endless free time these past 4 or so months since March 13th. John Stairs has
had
had
a
a
lot.
fair amount of time off. Corey and Chuck, well, they just play with paper all day, so I'm not sure if they really even have a job.
No
Young
job.
Ben, well, he's a senior in high school, so he's really focusing on the future of his life. So that's much more important than any of the rest of the 4 of us, if everyone agrees with that.
Young Ben that just got out? Yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
figure something out now.
So anyway, point being, projects. I'm going to assume that most people have had more time since the quarantine began to work on their projects than prior. So I presented to Charles, Corey, and John the idea of just talking about our projects. Maybe it's a little narcissistic, maybe not. But since we have no actual guests per se, I thought that we could each just talk about what we've been doing. So I think we should start with Charles. Give us a rundown since the quarantine started of anything specific in a nutshell that you've done to project vehicles.
Well, Toby,
Begin.
you're going to be let down with my response.
That's
because
okay. Go ahead.
I think I have had, I just haven't had as much time as I'd like because we never shut down. So I've been at work. But
I was being sarcastic that you guys don't do anything.
I do. Well, maybe at work, but we still have to be at work. I bought a 150 dirt bike off Young Ben, which Jesse fixed up, and then I put a bunch of crap on it. So that's been fun. I've never fucked around with dirt bikes before.
Yeah, this is new to you, right? The whole dirt bike.
The whole dirt
game.
bike thing. I've had a 70 forever, which is pretty much the biggest bike I'm allowed on. But yeah, got that thing all fixed up. And then just little stuff. I had to order a headlight. The skylines tend to melt. I said this in another podcast. They melt like the connector to the headlight switch. So that's kind of. I was driving home from here last
Is
time.
that a bad ground or what? What?
Instead of having any type of, I'm terrible at wiring. Instead of having any type of resistor or anything in it, it's just all done in the switch. So if you put more powerful lights in it or LEDs and stuff, it'll start melting.
Backfeeds the switch.
There you go.
Sounds like you might need some relays in there.
Yeah, relays. There you go.
Yeah.
So, but what you end up doing is, if you replace it with a better piece of plastic, it doesn't melt, apparently. So I had to order a switch from New Zealand, like an actual switch harness, and that's taking forever to come, and it came in today. Of course, it only comes in Wednesdays.
How long ago do you estimate you ordered it?
Actually, it was way shorter than anything comes from Japan. Probably 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty fast. And this will be an easy installation.
Yeah, it's just cutting some wires and throwing some other wires.
A little
and that's
snippy
easy.
snip. Yeah, okay.
I haven't really messed around with. I'm thinking about the other cars, just stuff that's broken and I fixed.
Just
but
some
nothing.
maintenance mainly.
Yeah, took the intake, took the carbon box off the M3 to fix some idle issues that actually worked. I think I figured out the brake issue. I don't know, just little stuff
You
on
installed a nice Roomba system into your garage.
Oh yeah, got in trouble for that the other day.
The Roomba. You got a Roomba in the garage?
I have a Roomba in the house that I brought to the garage, and that was in a popular move.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
I thought it was a brilliant
I could
idea
have told you
myself.
that.
Got in a lot of trouble, but so Roomba did make one called the Dirt Dog, like
and actually for
in
outdoors?
2007, 4 garages and workshops.
Wow. Don't you have like a backpack blower? You can just blow everything outside?
Yeah, so they stopped making that.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't want to blow dirt up on the cars. It's much better to
picked
have
one up
a
on eBay for
sterile
$100.
environment.
Yeah.
Oh,
So now I
nice.
have a Roomba Dirt Dog coming in the next couple of days.
Sweet. Good choice, Charles.
We're going to see what she does. I'm sure it's going to be full broken.
I'd actually like to hear about that.
Interesting thing about it, it doesn't have a vacuum in it. It just uses brushes to get everything in. So it can pick up bolts and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Doesn't jack up
Really?
a filter. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to work terrible.
10 mil bolts.
Yeah, that's probably why they stopped making it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we'll see. Actually, you know what? When I was looking online for what to do, 'cause I was just like, hey, garage Roomba, there was a Reddit thread that came up, and people were like, yeah, if you can get a Dirt Dog, like,
That's the one?
that's the play. Like,
Oh,
no one's
sweet.
made one since. Or you can take a normal one and run in there, but you're going to go through filters all the time. So,
I can understand that.
yeah. Oh, because I'll tell you what, it ran in my garage for like 15 minutes while Tobias was there, and it made, filter good a little
Yeah,
bit.
after we inspected the bag, I'm a nerd. We inspected the bag. You know, it was like an archaeological dig. We checked out the contents of it, and
It was pretty
I was
impressive what it
impressed
picked
by
up.
how much that it picked up some semi-large items
But-
for such a little weak motor.
It left a lot of,
It
you
was
can
pretty
get,
impressive.
you can get Roombas now for like under $200, which back in the day they were like
Charles
buying-
sold me
yeah.
on it. He should be a salesman for Roomba.
I am actually.
If the paper
Second-
business ever goes away,
I'm going right
he's
to Roomba.
moving on to Roomba.
Vacuum sales.
But
No, they're cool.
We're
I'm
going
on
to get a
board with
little
those.
away from the car, just very, very, very briefly. I know this is a car podcast. Charles has become quite the woodsman. He has these assless leather chaps.
Yep, I'm just out there
And
working.
Charles lives. I'm not going to give his address. I
No,
already
throw
gave
my
away
address
his
out there.
name. No. But Charles has been doing some nice woodsman work. Very impressive. A lot of logging, cutting trees. It's quite the oasis if you just want to go out there and get away from society, which I know we all do. So props to Charles for all his
Oh, thanks,
woodsman
buddy.
skills.
You know, that's all. I'm dragging a big ass brush hog on the back of a Polaris. So that's
yeah,
vehicle
it's
related.
seriously, it is vehicle related. You can drive vehicles through there now. You could have a car show out in these woods under the pine trees.
We're about
It's
to.
Very beautiful.
Dubs in the pines.
It's a beautiful woods. Beautiful woods.
Dubs in the rocks.
Yeah. That's all you have, Charles?
I'm trying to think of anything else happened.
The E28 lock was a giant victory.
Oh, yes. Tell us about the E28 lock. Just kind of a synopsis of
So
your
I bought my E28
years of.
6 years off contribution, Chris. Maybe
Something like that, yeah.
lock was never working. Took it out. Put a new one in.
The trunk lock.
Yeah, I'm talking like 5 years ago. Took one out. Put a new one in. As soon as I shut it, it stopped working. Done
Yeah.
again. I bought a new one off FCP after we had Gareth and Jade on, JR on the other time. And what the hell just happened there?
That was supposed to be. That's why it looks so weird in
Yeah,
here.
it does look weird in here.
Those supposed
Yeah.
to be on, huh?
So after they were here, I ordered another one, put it in, immediately stopped working, had to cut it out.
Yeah.
Which I documented
How do you
on
cut
my
it
Instagram.
out, by the way?
You take a grinder and
Oh, I
just,
thought you had to crawl through the back seat.
no, you can't.
Like you were
There's no
a
pass.
kidnappee.
I wish that was an option. Yeah, I had to use a grinder and cut the whole goddamn thing out. And then I bought one off eBay, smartened up a little bit, and got it working, connected the central locking system. I know people when they're searching how to do E28 trunk locks, this multiple hour-long podcast will come up. And if you've come this far, welcome to the payoff. If you're going to do it, take out a taillight. If you take out a taillight on E28, you can pop the trunk even if the damn button doesn't work.
But how do you get the taillight out if the trunk is closed?
Well, before you replace it, you take the taillight out.
Oh, prior to.
You hear that, Josh? You got to tag this podcast E28 trunk latch replacement.
Hashtag.
Or you can smash a taillight, which is substantially more than a fucking...
Just smash the taillight and reach your hand
I
through.
think back in the day it was
Reach
cheap.
around through the taillight.
Back in the day it was cheap, so people just smashed out taillights. I'm like, that's not an option for me.
No, but this must be exhilarating now.
Oh,
Seriously,
every
it's
time
the
I
little
pop the
things
trunk,
in
I'm so
life
exhilarated.
when you fix these little things that no one else will notice, but you notice, and it pertains to your everyday usage. It's very satisfying, isn't it?
Color me satisfied.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that update, Charles.
Oh, thanks for interviewing me, Toby.
Corey, give us a little rundown of what you've been up to. I know each week, I admit I don't listen every week.
Son of a
but,
bitch.
Each week you kind of give us some kind of general angst, usually, that is the word I want to use, towards your polo project. But if you could give people a general rundown of your overall winter plans, even though it's midsummer now, which is fine, just what you've been doing and a synopsis of it.
Well, made a giant mistake. Took the car apart way too early because I did not expect this to be that big of an issue.
I'm sorry. I want to cut you off in case no one's ever heard. Tell us what the car is and what country we're in. This is a major factor in it.
Oh, okay. It's a 92 Volkswagen Polo G40 with a 1.8T swapped into it that was originally from Germany out of the port of Barcelona, Spain. That was brought here in 1996.
That's when you lost your virginity.
Yeah. Same year as the last Bronco as well.
Great year.
Was brought here in, I believe, 96 and has been here ever since. And is now a legally documented car here in the United States of America.
Wow, that was a great year in 96.
That's great, yeah.
It has since passed through 1, 2, 3, 4. I am fifth owner.
So she gets around. She's like
She
the
gets
neighborhood
around.
bike.
She's been
the
reamed
neighborhood
out
bike.
pretty good. Nice and loosened for me right
Yeah.
now. However, so got the car. Car rode like shit. Had been sitting for quite a long time in a driveway.
Like a jackhammer.
Yeah, it wasn't great. So I said, hey, well, it needs all new suspension. The bushings were so rotted that as I took them out, they were just kind of crumbling.
Clearly
in my hands.
original bushings and such with some mishmashed suspension.
Yeah, original with the mix of just not correct suspension on there. It looks like there was Mark 1 suspension on the back that can be used, but it's not the right for it anyway. The brakes ran like shit, which was kind of sketchy because the car has a bit more power than it should have originally. So you kind of want that stuff.
I would say it has more than double the power of factory.
About 30 more horsepower. So it's like, yeah.
Was that a G40?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking if it was a non-G ladder.
G was 40 was the big boy though, right?
Yeah.
That was a bad boy.
Well, either way, it has considerable more power than stock. It's also almost 30 years old now. So all the suspension and bushings was tired, even if it had been, let's use the word altered to be polite, at some point.
Yeah, altered.
Altered.
So, sorry, carry on.
She was gangbanged at some point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
The idea was this previous winter, I am going to refresh the brakes and the suspension. So sometime around late November, I put the car up on jack stands and I started to undo everything. And I thought it'd be a simple process of just ordering new parts and plopping them on there.
One would think.
And now we are 7.5 months later, and I am just rounding the corner from being able to put the vehicle back down on the ground again after numerous waiting periods. Sometimes buying stuff isn't so easy because you budget out to purchase the part. However, when the shipping is 4 times what the part costs, now you're like, well, I'm throwing all this extra money that I had lined up for other parts down the fucking drain on shipping.
Right. You've had a major handicap with this because a lot of our European listeners here may not understand that when you're buying a car from another continent that we never received here, not just a car that we've had imported here, but a car that we've never received here, none of the suppliers carry the parts. it is much more difficult to acquire said parts
Yeah.
if they don't cross-reference to another chassis. And then that is compounded by the coronavirus and the countries that these parts come from being in a full lockdown. So something that even under, quote, normal circumstances might take 2 to 3 weeks to get, then might take up to 3 months to get because of our coronavirus.
Yeah.
So it has been a very delayed and painstaking process. Is that a good analogy of that?
Yeah, certainly. Because I mean, we talked about we purchased some stuff from VW Heritage, and everyone I talked to, you purchased some from VW Heritage, shows up a week and a half tops, even from Germany or the UK, I should say. It's never a long process purchasing from them, and we
Great
talked
company.
about that.
Shouts to VW Heritage.
shouts to
Shouts
VW
to I believe
Heritage.
Anna, who I spoke to there. She's very
Shouts to
helpful,
Anna.
very nice.
Lovely lady.
Wonderful woman.
I've seen her.
Have you?
No. I made
Oh,
that up.
okay. And even that took a bit more time because of just things are delayed. Things you make sure you look it in the eyes. It just everything takes more time, and then everything costs more money because you're paying for shipping. And you know, Chuck and I had a very funny conversation. We went to go look at the car. I didn't even bring money because I didn't believe the car really existed. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. It was a shitty picture of a computer screen. That was the car.
Picture of a picture, like Inception.
Yeah, three
Picture
times.
within a picture.
And it read 92 Polo Mark II 1.8T G40, and I was like, well,
Got all the
there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff
All the
going.
catchphrases.
Sounds like a BMW model.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
And it wasn't just a picture of a picture. It was like a Polaroid.
It was a picture of a Polaroid?
It was a,
Yeah.
it was a Polaroid of like a Motorola Razor picture.
Yeah,
It was really bad.
it was terrible. And
Razor.
I found it. I got in touch with the gentleman, and he claimed it was real. So Chuck and I drive out there, and I didn't even bother
Big
bringing.
shout to Marco.
Big shout to Marco. It was in fact Marco's Polo.
It was, in fact. Please don't kill us.
And I didn't bring any money with me, and we get there, and I'm looking it over. I'm like, wow, holy shit, it's actually a Polo. First time I had ever seen a Polo of that age, because shouts to Talking Motorcycles. Tom had a
Big
Polo
shouts.
bread van.
That thing.
So this conversation Chuck and I had, I was like, dude, I don't want to buy it. And he's like, why don't you want to buy it? You're being a little baby.
Right, because I
Chuck
was
gave you great peer
I'm
pressure
the
and
worst
advice.
possible guy to bring to
The
this kind of
best.
shit. Because
Awful choice to take with you.
Buy it.
He
You
would
need
tell
me
you to buy
finance it? Buy it.
anything.
Yeah. And
I will. That's
my
why I'm here.
exact words were, if I have to buy anything for this car, it's going to be a nightmare. And he was like, what could you possibly have to buy for this car that'd be a nightmare?
What
Perfect.
could you have to buy?
I was like,
perfect.
I said,
I was like, Corey, I have an imported car. It's totally easy.
yeah,
They're
I said,
not in the country. No skylines.
wheel bearings, right? And he's like, what fucking wheel bearings? You're out of your mind, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, they're just radio flyer bearings.
The biggest pain that's been this car of getting and sourcing has been, in fact, the wheel bearings.
That's purposely.
Yeah. So it's kind of a funny conversation that we had.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Many, many, many months later, the car is coming down on the ground. Getting the suspension was a hurdle in itself. Getting some other parts was a hurdle in itself. Trying to, let's call it, cheat the system and use parts that are U.S. parts on the car did not pay off and cost more time than it was worth. The car doesn't share anything with anything here in the United States.
Well, now you know at least. Now you know.
I know. I know. And now I've since started stockpiling parts
Right.
and hoarding parts.
The wheel bearings you need every 100,000 miles. You're like, you know what? Give me all of them.
Give me 10 of them.
Yeah, on a lowered car with more horsepower,
Hey, man, do what you got to do.
chances are, no, you need them a lot more frequently. I only know of one other person who owns a same age vehicle of this in the country.
Let's not mention his name because he misled you with parts.
Were
Oh, no,
misled?
that gentleman was very nice. It was the other ones that were just kind of a fucking runaround.
Whatever. The
All
people
those
that he
guys.
represents.
Yes, people he represents.
Same
That's a
thing. He represents them, therefore he is them.
perfect. I think it's a very,
Wow.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's about it.
So it's almost ready, though.
That's about it. Yeah.
It's close
almost
to
ready.
going back
Can't wait.
onto the
Yeah.
ground.
Dangerously
You've
close.
also acquired new refreshed wheels for it, so it's going to be a totally transformed look. Look forward to it in 2021, everyone.
Yeah, 2021
Gonna be a great year.
2022.
Gonna be great
Yeah.
years.
Yep.
All right, is
Exactly
that all
when
you
the
have
bun-
to present about that?
Yeah, that's all
Corey?
I feel like talking about.
All right, now
Yeah,
I
there we
think
go.
John
Yeah.
should pass the mic after he sanitizes it for everyone,
Yes.
to young Ben to tell us of his
Yep.
vehicle adventures.
All right, you ready, Ben?
Tell us about your loose bolts.
I haven't really had. I really haven't worked on much on my.
Come on, you got to have something. 4 months. You got to have something here.
Put fuel in it at all?
Yeah.
Chuck a little fuel in there.
How many burnouts? Have you ever aligned the car? Have you ever changed the oil?
Yes.
How many tickets in this vehicle?
None.
Whoa. No. Okay, let's get the whole crew. knock on
Literally,
wood here.
all that you do is drive the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's because he's a reasonable person all of a
I
sudden.
don't have money.
You're not
to-
much of an enthusiast
Well,
then. Would you
I
call that
have-
enthusiast, Chuck? He's left it
I don't know,
stalled.
I
man.
have a downpipe coming in. I have.
All
All
right,
right, that's
I
what
have
we want to
wheel
hear. Okay,
adapters.
carry on. Carry
You
on.
broke them. Good job.
Downpipe
I have wheel
adapters.
adapters coming in for
Some wheels,
to
top
run
secret
some-
wheels.
Top secret wheels.
Some wheels that are gonna make some people angry.
He's out to piss off the
Corvette
purists.
salad shooters.
I don't think
No.
it's gonna fit.
They're gonna.
WillTheyFit.com.
I hope so.
Great
I hope so.
website.
They're 15 millimeter adapters. The
Shout
ET's
to
a
Will They
20
Fit.
Yeah.
It's a 23 ET. My stock's with 40.
All right.
We get the math. We
Okay.
get the math.
Okay,
Toby's
but-
an expert on wheel math.
Yeah, but you
Yeah, I am.
tell
Shut up.
everyone what your current car is that you haven't blown up yet.
B7 A4.
Okay,
Ooh.
and is it 100% stock currently?
I found out doing my oil change that it's missing one of the stock cats.
Ah, must have just
Okay,
fallen
but I
off.
meant
That happens.
aftermarket modifications, not
No.
a bolt missing.
No, it's missing a full catalytic.
Oh, one cat has been deleted.
Oh, a delete.
Yeah, it looks like.
So does it have some kind of software on it?
No,
Okay. Does it have a check engine light?
it didn't when I. It does now because I brought it.
There we go.
There it is.
Well, I brought
Got
it
that
to the
Christmas
Audi
tree on the
dealership.
dash.
Limp mode squad. Limp
No,
mode squad.
I brought it to the Audi dealership yesterday to get my airbag replaced. They replaced my airbag and then
Under recall?
yeah,
Fantastic.
oh yeah, and then like 8 hours later, my check engine light.
It
comes
did
on.
take forever, didn't it?
90 minutes.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It wasn't that.
Not a fan of the stealership.
Interesting airbag step away from young Ben
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
second.
carry on.
Was talking to the great Dan Downey today, who has a WRX as a daily driver. He's going to get rid of it. Dan, who works at Benchworks now. Big shout out to Dan.
Shout to Benchworks.
He got the airbags replaced, and then he brought it in for like some other service stuff, and they're like, "Oh, we got to do the airbags again because we don't think that first recall fixed them."
Multiple recalls on the
it's
same
like it's
airbag.
like the Harbor Freight of airbags.
So the reason that happened is the airbag recall is the airbag manufacturer. That's why it carried over to so many different manufacturers. And I can say firsthand from working at a dealership,
John
that-
used to work at a dealership.
that the first recall that they did was literally putting a brand new version of the
The same
exact
shitty
same
airbag.
defective airbag that throws shrapnel into your face.
Yeah, so if you've got
wait
the
a minute,
car
wait a
again.
minute. Say that again. What does it throw in your face?
Shrapnel.
Ninja Stars.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you've
So-
got a Takata, cut it open and take the Ninja
Yeah.
Stars out yourself.
So they would just take the old one out and put a new bad one in, and then they came out with an updated one after that. But every manufacturer handled it differently depending on the severity of it.
Well, this is Subaru, so we know they didn't handle it
Interesting.
correctly.
See,
They probably
we love
handled
that.
it
A little
very
behind
poorly.
the scenes explanation of the airbag.
But the
incident.
reason that the old one, the reason that it was actually kind of a fix is as they age, there's a metal ring that would get some corrosion from condensation and cause them to prematurely fail.
metal ring premature. Okay.
Yep.
Stops the premature. Okay.
So you
I've heard
start
of that
fresh
before.
with a
It's
new
usually
metal
Germans.
ring to collect
Yeah.
condensation.
The old ring.
It's usually made of silicon.
Silicon.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Anything
Back
else
to
to
Grill
add
and
about
Ben.
your automotive endeavors?
No.
Any shout outs? No, I was just kidding. Give the mic to John. Thank you.
Tell us about your girlfriend. Okay. John Stair's turn to talk about his automotive endeavors. He's done quite a few since this epidemic.
I've had a lot of bandwidth. I'll keep it brief.
No. Carry on. What's our time check here?
Oh, we got plenty of time. We
yeah.
got plenty of time.
Time
You
check
have
from the
some time.
FCC.
So
Make it elaborate.
6 months ago, roughly,
Mm-hmm.
I purchased 2 Mark IIs.
My guy.
One
That's a Volkswagen.
one with a VR swap already.
VR6.
VR6 12 valve. It was from a gentleman I knew who worked. He was a shop foreman at the dealership I worked at, so I knew it was properly maintained. The body was a little rougher than I wanted, so I traded my terrible Mark III for a different body. And thanks to Tobias here and Chris Reese and Andy Dixon and
Big Dick Dixon.
yep, it's
Big
true.
Dixon.
Is he hung?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
Hey,
man,
I saw this guy.
there's
in
a lot. That's a
Luigi-
side story for some.
Yeah,
A Luigi Halloween party.
costume. Oh boy,
Oh.
it was
Paul
unbelievable.
Pierce
Yeah.
in the flesh.
Eat your heart out, Paul
Yeah.
Pierce.
Aaron
Wow.
Baines.
Yeah.
That's for
Like
off air.
Pringles
Sorry.
can.
Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good
literally.
for
Like
him.
I wouldn't
Soft.
want to be next to him in the sauna.
We're talking
Yeah.
Pringles can soft.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
He's
Yeah.
boring out the Tesla tunnel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big shout to Dixon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love that guy, by the way. Big shout, Dixon. Big shout.
He's
Sorry,
a
sorry.
great guy,
I'm sorry.
great
We're,
guy.
we're getting away here.
No, he's bailed us out
No,
with
that's,
so
that's
much
exactly
stuff.
where we want to be.
Yeah.
There's a funny thing that will come up about him with the swap. So anyway, we got the engine swap done. You know, Toby spent a lot of afternoons with me. Chris spent a lot of afternoons and nights with me. We, you know,
The camaraderie. It's more
Yeah.
about the camaraderie.
exactly. And I'm pretty handy. Like, show me how to do something, I'll figure it out. I've never done an engine swap, so every day when they left, you know, Toby or Chris would leave me a list of homework to do myself, and for the most part, I'd figure it out. I FaceTime them a lot, you know, when I got jammed up. But we got it done, and the day we were ready to fire it, it was Toby, Danielle, and I, and we were so excited, ready to go. And I'm standing directly in front of the car. It's still up on jack stands in the front, and Toby's sitting in the car, ready to turn the key. And he's like, all right, put the battery cable on. I literally touched the cable to the battery. This thing starts cranking.
Nice.
And I'm like, so both of us are like, oh, we wired it wrong. What the hell did we do? And we're like, Toby's under the dash, like digging through the fuse box. I'm looking at everything I can
Danielle's
think of.
rolling her eyes.
Yeah, Danielle's
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
she was
yeah.
a lot of White Claws deep, rolling her eyes.
Well, the funny, her chair was right in front of the car before, and Toby jokingly said, like, you better move your chair just in case this thing launches at
His
you.
baby's in gear.
And holy shit, was he right? So Andy, who like isn't like the stop by kind of guy, like for the most part,
Pure coincidence.
literally just was like, hey, I figured I'd just stop by and see you guys are making out. Literally 3 minutes
Complete
after this happened.
Out of the out
Yeah.
of the ordinary.
Like it was less than 5 minutes after this happened.
He looks
at
sent
it
from the
yeah.
heavens.
He looks at it for 3 minutes. He's like, "Oh, the fucking starter's stuck in the on position." We're like, "That's a thing." You know, and sure enough, like the piston in the starter was stuck out, which I've never
Which
heard
apparently is a very odd
Yeah.
occurrence.
Yeah,
Very
which-
odd
it was-
occurrence for a starter to be stuck in the
Even-
on position.
Even as a master mechanic that he is, he said he has never even seen that. He's heard of it, but
Very
yeah,
rare.
very rare. Odd thing.
Someone
Luckily-
else might beg to differ, but
Hashtag
very
blessed.
Yeah.
rare.
Hashtag blessed.
So luckily, that's all it was.
Literally,
And then-
that's all it
yeah,
was.
And then, so I called. So Toby helped a ton with the wiring. You know, like I said, Chris Reese helped a ton too. So I called Chris Reese like an hour after Toby left, and he's like, "Oh, let me go check in the basement." I just hear like clanging around, like nonsense. And he's like, "Oh, I got a bin of 4 of them in my basement right now." The guy is a maniac. Like, I was like, "Oh, I kind of really don't like this cable clutch setup. I think I want to do that hydraulic clutch setup like you have on your car." Same thing, banging around. Oh, I have a couple of those setups here. So,
That's awesome.
so literally everything I needed within, you know, a day was delivered to the house from Chris, which was awesome. Overnight parts from Chris Reese was a big lifesaver on this one. So,
Big shout.
yeah. So we got that going. I've got about 1,000 miles on it now. I've been driving it quite a bit. It's been very successful thus far. And
Burnouts.
oh, it does really cool burnouts. It's awesome.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked. It's, you know, plenty of power for me. I don't want anything crazy. And today I just bought another Mark IV. So I got
I
parts on
saw
the way
that
for
looking
that.
good.
So tell us about the Mark IV you purchased.
So it's from a good friend of mine, Troy, that owns Big Shout, Dark Star Tattoo.
Big shout
Shout.
to Troy.
It's
Great guy.
Yep,
Next
Best
penis
guy.
tattoo you want, Chuck? Go to him.
He's
yep.
a guy.
He's the guy for that.
He's got that kind of equipment.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's a
thank God.
great guy. Very good artist.
So it's a car that he got brand new in 03. It's got 57,000
One owner.
original miles.
Oh,
And
One owner. Isn't that the best?
I just
that
got
is definitely the best.
some light maintenance to do, and that'll be
Mark IV.
cruising. Yep,
Be
I'll
winning.
Mark IV kid for life all over again.
There it is, man.
And that's that.
How about Toby, owner of one of the deepest Mark I money pits on the planet?
Well, first of all, I'm really glad to hear all these people's projects. helping John was not only for his benefit. I really enjoyed it. And part of all this car stuff, to get all teary-eyed here, is hanging out with people. It's not just about the scene points. It really is about helping each other and the social aspect of it. I mean, as I get older, it's almost more enjoyable to come to someone's house and poke around with their cars than it is to go to any type of
club with women
organized
shipping.
event. Yeah, it's actually fun to help each other and exchange parts, ideas, criticism.
We had a lot of
critique,
fun.
Ridicule, drunkenness, sword fights, whatever you want to call it. It's all good.
Got a lot of good chicken tenders too.
Yeah,
Crossing
it's just a
streams.
lot of fun to help each other. So in poking along with John a little bit there in the spring with the wiring, it really reinvigorated me to get back into my Mark I project. So
That's a Jetta coupe.
yes, a 1981 Jetta coupe
81.
that I've had since 2001, and I've done every possible thing on it that
Best
I
in
could.
the world.
No. But everything to my ability in the past 19 years. And I work so much that a lot of times it just sits there, and I stockpile parts over the years. So I've been meaning to rewire the car completely and redo the brake system. I've stockpiled parts for that for 8 to 10 years, and helping John kind of kick me into gear. And I've had all this time off, which I'm very thankful for. I know not all people are fortunate in that financially, but I've received additional money to sit at home. And so I'm completely rewiring the car, and I did all the brake system over. And the days just seem to fly by. I'm really enjoying it. I've acquired numerous parts from John and Andy and Chris Reese, and it's just fun. It's just fun again. These things come in waves. I'd been on the podcast before, and I was kind of down about car projects, and it's just a roller coaster of car projects. Every car, sometimes you're enthused about, and sometimes you just want to put it off to the side for 6 months, a year, 2 years,
Yep,
whatever it
yep.
may be. And it all comes in waves. So when you get those feelings of motivation, you just have to run with it,
Bring it
because
back.
you don't know when that motivation's going to go away. So you got to run with it, and especially while the idea or the juices are flowing in the right way, you just have to move forward with it. So I've been diligently working on that, and just moving along with that. So some of the things with the wiring, most of the wiring I'd done in 2002, and a lot of it wasn't up to today's standards. So certainly making it safer, better connections, better routing, better products, and also messing around with the red Mark II 16 valve that I have.
Did you find the whirly boy we're going to put on that?
Not yet. But
We're talking about that.
This winter I did quite a bit on that as well, and into the spring. So just trying to move forward with a lot of the projects that I've put off forever. But again, this has been a rare opportunity for me. I'd like to hear from some of the listeners. Maybe other people have had a fair amount of time off. Maybe not. Maybe you've been an essential worker the whole time. I admit my career is clearly not essential. So I had a lot of free time to mess about. But again, the main thing has been the community and helping each other. Without each other, it's very hard to move forward. So having good friends to help you and motivate you, talk you off a cliff, whatever stupid metaphor it may be, to move forward is really what the car world is all about to me, is people helping each other, even if it's just oral help. Oral help is always good. And no, really, no pun intended there, maybe a little bit. But just helping each other moving forward is the key to this. And it's a great way to stay positive and motivated in these troubling, uncertain times of the world. So that's really all I have to say to that. If you want to hear more,
Just call you.
hit me up, and I can give you nerdy details, because I have a million nerdy details, but I'm not going to rant about them on here. But anyway, that's my gist.
The
of that
listeners
portion.
want to know, is there a turbo going on the Mark II? We're talking about it this weekend.
We've loosely talked
GT30,
about it,
maybe
but
even a GT28.
we'll see. I have to balance keeping the wife happy, It's technically her
Pringles
car,
can.
and she thinks it's good enough. I don't have a Pringles can like Andy, so I got to do the best I can.
You got to make it up in other ways.
It would be nice to hear some people write in about what they've been up to. I believe that Josh, I'm going out of bounds here, but I believe Josh is
been playing
going
with
to
the
start
E36.
a section in the in the magazine.
Oh,
The
yeah.
magazine's
Kind of
gonna have a quarantine
some
build
automotive
section.
magazines used to have kind of a reader's ride
Yep.
in the back section so that people that might not have a full-blown over-the-top stupid car can participate, and it's good motivation too. It makes everyone feel good, and equality throughout the world of showing that the alterations you made to your car are enjoyable to you, your friends, and so you can kind of show off the goods. Like there was that great website, wiveshowofthegoods.com. I used to frequent it probably about 10 years ago, but that's a side subject as well. But anyway, you can show off the goods potentially in the magazine. Josh has spoken to me about that. I guess I'm pushing that agenda, right, Chuck?
So
you know
you're-
about this, right?
Your car's going to go in the reader's rides? I thought
Absolutely. Why
you
not?
Always
I mean,
said
whatever.
You were cover only.
No,
That's what
no,
you always
no.
say to me.
I don't
Cover
really
only.
care what you guys do with that, but I'm just glad. Again, it's more about people helping each other out. I've said it 5 times now. I'm just a broken record. So back to Charles.
You're the best, buddy. It's wonderful to have you on.
Thank you.
And you get to go in multiple different directions.
the help with the car itself, I was so against the wiring portion of this. Like, I was dreading that. Like, I didn't even want to do an engine swap because I thought it was going to suck so bad. And not only did we get it done, but now I learned like an astronomical amount because he explains
Right,
it
we
so
learn
well.
from
Right.
each. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. Trust me, I have plenty of weaknesses.
And I learned
And
that
we
I don't hate
all
it
learn
now,
a lot from each other. We learn a lot of do's and don'ts, right, Corey? Corey and I discuss things all the time. Chuck and I discuss things all the time. I avoid Ben at all costs, but people, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, and we can all learn from each other's mistakes. And from, oh, this worked for you, maybe I could alter that to my liking from my application. Or, oh, I saw that Corey did this, and that was an epic fail. I guess I know not to do that. Or I saw Corey did this, and it worked out great. All right, I might incorporate that into mine.
I don't think we've seen any of that
It's
yet.
all about
It's
learning.
coming, though.
Yeah.
It's coming.
We all
It's
learn
not.
from each other what to do and what not to do. I admit most of my learning has been from my own failures, and you're forced to move forward, right? From your
Absolutely are.
own fuck up.
Absolutely. Damn, Toby. You're like the oracle of the car industry.
I've just
Lived it.
Again, I've made a lot of fuck ups. So 90% of what I've learned is from my fuck ups, 10% from great friends, sharing advice. Oh, I did this. I did that. I did that. I did that. That worked here. Okay, make this fit there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Again, we can go on to all sorts of nerdy details, but we won't end here.
All right, boys. That's a beautiful main topic. Hosted by yours truly, Tobias Tightpants.
Thank you for bringing that by.
Yeah. An Uncle Podcast.
Again,
Grandpa.
people, please write in. I want to hear next week a lot of callbacks from Chuck and Corey about different people's activities. Write into Josh,
Right, if
however
you don't
you
write
guys
in,
contact
Toby's
each other.
showing up at your house.
Yeah, seriously, the more people that move forward with their projects, this is the time. This might be a once in a lifetime opportunity to move forward with your projects and take advantage of this awful pandemic, but something positive to come of it.
I've seen on the social media a couple posts that were saying if you're not working on your car now because there's no shows this season, like who are you? What are you really doing?
Yeah, that's one
what's
that
your
I agree
motivation?
with. The people that this is a little personal agenda.
Let's hear
with
it.
that whole, there's no car shows, so I have no motivation to work on my project.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's something that's hard for me to comprehend because
Hard to hear.
Why are you doing your project car? Is it just to show off in the Yukon parking lot?
Yeah.
That's what it usually is.
I mean, I admit I've done that a million times. No, I've never done that. But do it again. Half of it is completing the project. And honestly, as time goes on, the other half to me is engaging with your friends. And even if you're talking about some fucking bolt for 3.5 hours, debating what style bolt to use and how to shank the head and what color and what finish and what style, you're engaging with someone instead of just engaging with your phone or like me, pornography, which is my life. But
the third half is
right. It's
driving.
very important. Right.
Half
And,
number
and
three.
driving too.
That's
Obviously,
the third
driving.
Yep.
So, yes, it's just good for camaraderie. It's a good way to socialize, even if you are together apart. Even if you're social distancing, you can FaceTime each other and overanalyze these nuts and bolts and make a plan to move forward and
We did
keep
a lot
your
of
mind
FaceTiming over the
occupied.
past few
Exactly,
months. It's been
exactly. We did a lot of
fantastic.
FaceTime. I did a lot of chat roulette. It's mainly men jerking their wangs, but once in a while you get an old MILF on there or a GILF and you get lucky. So
It's
all is well.
I think what Toby's trying to say is love is blind.
Love is blind.
True
That's
love is
right.
blind.
Yep.
You never know where you're gonna find it.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Impressive.
Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, that was a beautiful main topic. Once again, Toby, thank you. One other piece of news that this thing's never going to work anytime I need it. I'm trying to hit a sound here. No.
There it is.
We're going to have a donut meet this weekend.
Yep.
The boys have talked about it. We're going to be Revival headquarters here in East Providence,
EP.
Rhode Island, down in EP. Saturday, 10 a.m. to whenever it goes. So we're going a little later so you guys can
6
show up.
p.m. 10
You
to 6
fucking
p.m.
bums can get out of bed.
Yeah, so some of you bums
Yeah,
can
I
get out
am
of bed.
disappointed how many people don't show up. Oh, it was too early.
Right,
It
so-
was too early.
Yeah.
So we're doing a later one, 10 a.m. this Saturday. What's the Saturday? Can I get a date?
Yep.
Sure.
The 18th.
The 18th. It's bring your own donuts.
BYOD.
7/18/20.
Yeah, BYOD.
BYOD.
Yeah, we'll just come hang out, bullshit for a little bit. The building will be open so you can check it out. If you come to the building, go to the left side through the gate. That's where we'll be, and we'll kind of park cars as far as we can. We will
No burnouts.
no burnouts.
No vape.
We'll socially distant. Just don't be an idiot. Vape as hard as you want. Everybody knows.
I'll punch you in the fucking throat if you don't respect the place.
So always gonna be here punching throats. So yeah, douche being flat 10 a.m. aka douche o'clock. Yes, we're doing a douche o'clock meet. So please, stop by, come hang out. I don't know if we'll have anything for sale. Probably not, but you can come and give
There's
us high
always
fives.
items for sale.
Yeah, there's items in
There's
the
a
area.
polo.
There's a polo for sale.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be
Young
this.
Ben will be auctioning himself to the highest bidder.
He will. This will be Saturday, 10 a.m. So please come through. I think we had a couple videos. Then we can go into questions. Young Ben, you want to run over to the old shawarma man? Thank you, sir. Catch you in a little bit. All right. You want to do videos or we skipping videos?
No, we can just skip them if you want. Just move along. It's up to you.
I mean, Young Ben.
There'll still be videos next week.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that really knocked it. I saw a Harry video. We'll do a couple highlights. 812 Superfast. He did a tour. He drove it like 1,000 miles. That was cool to see a Ferrari tour that is actually being toured.
Yeah.
Turns out rocks. And then there's one point, sad young Ben left. He's like on the highway to the rest area. He's like, I'm going to put the cheap gas in it because I'm not really hammering it anyway. And it was like, oh, shouts to young Ben.
Yeah.
Cheap gas in the like 10,000 RPM V12 that makes 800 horsepower.
What is the cheap gas? What octane? Do we know what octane?
I don't know. It's Euro octane, so I don't know how the hell
Okay.
that shit works. But it wasn't top. It wasn't high test.
Was it mid? Was it just real low?
No, I think he went mid test.
Okay.
But even then, I mean, wow, I'm scared of that
Maybe
motor.
he's falling on hard times.
Oh, you know what? Press car.
There you go.
Press car.
There's your answer.
Yeah, you got to save what you can save.
Yeah.
You got anything else? You got any hot videos?
I can talk about the rest of them next week when we get some time. But the only one that's important this week
Yes.
is a Koenigsegg film called A Time to Reign.
Yes.
It is about 10 minutes long.
REIGN?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
And
hard
it's
title.
like a feature film action Bond movie about...
Is Christian von Koenigsegg the bad guy? The
No,
role he was born to
No,
play?
he's the good guy.
Okay.
About the theft of the very last Ruggiero.
The theft?
The theft of it's like a very Bond mission.
Oh, it's a
Possible.
fictional video.
Oh, totally
Oh,
fictional.
Okay.
At one point, you're like admiring the car. He's soaping it up. He's washing it with what looks to be a fucking dish sponge. So I really feel bad for the car.
Oof. Yeah, he'll just repaint it.
It was carbon. So
Just re-clear it.
yeah. And then you kind of go over to the villains, this woman on a yacht in the middle of nowhere.
Ah,
She wants to
love
buy the
women
car.
villains.
Christian
Yep.
says no. Then it's in a hangar somewhere, guarded by the military.
Ah,
You
the
gotta watch
military.
it. it's amazing. Christian's like clearly, COVID hit him pretty hard.
Yep.
Not in the wallet, just in the boredom
In the
territory.
eyebrows.
And
Sorry,
he
that was
just
a bad
decided that I'm just gonna make. I mean, the budget for this film must have been like $1 million.
Yeah, it had to be.
There's like
The profit
actors,
margin on it.
yeah.
Option on a Rogera.
Just watch
It's just
it.
crazy.
Dude, it's hysterical.
And what's it called? A Time to Reign?
Time to Reign.
REIGN. The
Yeah.
energy drink.
Koenig film. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Yeah.
Mike FNY said Hoonigan autofocus 24/7. You know what? He's right. I've been watching a bunch of Hoonigan autofocuses. I just watched a tour of the shop of the guy who runs Pandem. That was interesting. Not even a tour. It's just like a bass dropping music and them kind of walking through him making an E30 extra ugly.
I haven't watched their videos consistently, but the ones that I have watched, the quality is awesome.
Yeah.
They're great videos.
The Larry Chen Hoonigan autofocus, like,
Yeah.
if you got some time to kill on a treadmill like I am in the morning, you're
I'm
like,
definitely not doing that.
I got
but
13 minutes to kill. If they're all like 13 minutes,
Okay.
they're awesome. They're a lot of
All
fun. All right, you want to get into some questions? Yeah. All right, let's get into some questions, boys. Let's see the ones. So I put up questions myself to see if we'd get better questions. So let's see the ones not from the ones
main
I didn't
page.
get, okay? Oh, here we go. From JDM Blingen. Revival Finance Minute. Does a new Bronco make Ford a buy again?
It did for me.
You know, the interesting thing was about that is the market reacts so fast to Tesla and other shit. It didn't react for shit for Ford. Like, you could have bought it all day yesterday cheap. Yeah. So I think it does. I think you take that and then you add the E-Mustang or whatever that fucking thing is called.
They got to figure their shit out with that because they're still dicking people around at dealerships.
I know.
And that may prove to be loss of sales on
Right.
something like that.
And they wonder why Tesla has their own dealerships. But I don't know why they don't. So,
Yeah.
But anyways, I think it's a buy now. Hopefully, if they unfuck the e-tron,
Because it's only at like
Mustang
it's only
E.
at like $650 something, right? It's
It's still
not
cheap
very
money.
much.
Yeah, if you're looking to just buy something
So
stupid,
Charles is
you spend
advocating purchase of Ford stock.
I'm thinking about it. I mean, even young
Yeah.
Ben bought some.
Yeah.
But you can buy. It's not like Tesla where you have to spend $1,500. You can spend $6.50.
Yeah.
Like to just buy a
I have a Volkswagen stock for $12.
Yeah, to just buy a share and ride the wave. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching it.
I get the notifications every single day about what's up. And this is the first time Ford was ever in that notification. So
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, same.
since purchasing. So
That's good.
Leah JKK.
JK.
Why is everyone getting into plant/gardening?
I'm not. John is. For
I
sure.
am. It's awesome.
I love it. I live alone, and it makes my house feel better. And as soon as I walk into my plant room, I'm in a good mood. And I don't really need it to sell me on anything other than that. I just like it. So.
Yeah, my wife has gotten big into it too, and that's a good question, John. I see plenty of people online that have gotten into it. Why? Again, maybe I'm just old and oblivious. Why in the past, let's say 1 to 2 years, has it caught on so much, in your opinion?
I think that it's style. It's 10 years ago, people were more into contemporary stuff. Now, like all the boho interior design thing.
That's
is
true. It does
blowing
go
up,
along with that.
and it just goes with that.
Okay.
But to be honest, I think it'll stay because it really does make the room feel better. I don't know. I like having plants around.
You're not wrong.
I think
Plants
it's
are good.
part
Yeah.
of that
No,
whole
I always did.
crystals
and I
and
had cats in
rocks.
the past. So exactly. So
crystals
I never,
and rocks kind of go hand in hand.
Yep.
There's a couple
Good-
stores that John
good
and I are
energy.
familiar with near here that have a lot of I can't think. What's the correct term for the stuffed animals? The
taxidermy
the
stuff.
taxidermy
Furs?
stuff. Yeah. The taxidermy, the crystals, and the plants kind of all go
Yep.
hand in hand. There's a number of stores nearby that have capitalized on that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a strange route to go down. All
Yeah.
right.
That was the question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. What song / also from Leah? What song / music do you have on repeat? I got Stevie Wonder, Part Time Lover, never going off.
All right.
Song just makes me happy, you know.
It just makes you happy, puts you in a good place.
Dude, you put that thing on, it's just a fucking jam, dude.
I'll have to give it a listen.
I got two different things. I've been listening to the band Citizen a ton.
Very
and
similar, Steve.
I've been listening to Expire a ton.
There we
That's
go.
my favorite hardcore band right now. So
Corey, you got
today.
anything? What's on repeat?
36 Chambers is always on repeat.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Yeah.
a good play.
It's boring, but yeah.
Tobias, what you got?
I've been listening to Necrophagus today. It's not really happy music, but it's something that I've been listening to while I've been working on cars. So,
All right. You always had an interesting
Danielle
musical taste.
doesn't enjoy it per se, but it's kind of my own personal.
Timstagram, big shout to Tim the God. How is Young Ben doing now that he's famous? Does he plan to leave Revival because of the Jimmy O video? And I think he's doing great.
I think he just left.
And he just left. Hopefully he comes back with shawarma and doesn't go do Jimmy's work.
You better come back.
He said the drive to Connecticut for what's most surely a salary and a better gig than this is not worth it. So thank God for Young Ben's laziness.
If he only knew it was only about an hour away.
Yeah, he lives 15 minutes from the Connecticut border.
1 hour ride.
Drink coffee, ride bikes. Favorite car your parents had? That's an interesting one.
I've talked. This has been asked so many times.
Really? Have we
Yeah.
answered
I don't recall you guys ever mentioned
We've answered
it.
it so many times.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the I can't.
I don't remember.
The Ford Bronco. And it's funny they asked
Your dad
that.
had the Bronco?
Your mama or your dada?
They did as a family, and then they had to get rid of it because my mother couldn't drive stick because she was pregnant with me.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
What does being pregnant have to do with driving stick?
Couldn't learn because I was fucking knocking on the door waiting to come out.
You burned your parents
I did.
bad. Your
I
dad
did.
never let you
That's why
get
they don't
over
love
that
me.
one.
Yeah.
Chuck, what about your parents?
My dad had a couple cool cars. Before I was born, he had a 2002 that he turbocharged that never ran right, so it's kind of like me. And then he had, when I was really young, he had an FJ Cruiser, like an old one, and that thing was fucking cool. I just remember the vents in the footwells were really cool. So it was rusted like hell. I think it kind of just made the way most of those things did. You got anything? What you got
Mine was as a kid. We had one of those Chrysler K minivans, the turbo minivan.
Hell yeah!
That thing was a fucking beast. My dad went about they weren't really into cars, but we just happened to have that, and I just remember my dad always speeding, my mom being oblivious, and suddenly coming to terms with, "Oh my God, slow down, Bill, slow down."
That's awesome.
I did come home from the hospital when I was born in an IROC.
There you go.
True story.
Oh, that's
There you
classy.
Yeah, my dad worked at a car dealership, so I
That's really
brought
classy.
home in an IROC on dealer plate, so that was pretty cool.
Hard
That's
as a rock and
awesome.
an IROC. Nothing
Yeah.
like it, man.
That's awesome.
That's a good story.
Little one from Jingles the Clown. Confirm the rumors.
Jingles.
Staggered 2020 is happening. Yeah, of course, man. All the 2020 events are going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tomorrow,
I hit Lynch up.
6 a.m.
That's Mr. Josh Pelletier to you. Shout out Dr. Andrew Miller. Always a shout to Mr. Miller.
Mr. Miller became an actual doctor today. Congratulations.
Did he really?
Congratulations.
Big shout to the doctor.
Shout to Josh's
That is
lawn.
awesome.
Josh's lawn.
Yeah. So he defended his paper or dissertation or whatever. The
Oh,
fuck
wow.
it's
That's
called
incredible, man.
He
Congrats.
passed the bar.
Very
13
cool.
years in college, dude. Can you imagine that? Yeah.
Never mind. No, congratulations.
He
man.
might
That's
have
good.
the loans paid off by the time he's dead.
He's a very smart man. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
no,
be
he'll be
surprised
good.
if he's very close. So
All right.
good for him.
Another one from Mr. Josh Pelletier to you. Who's getting drunk off one beer with Josh out of the office? I believe it's Toby and 200 beers.
Yeah.
Well, they're light skis,
Yeah.
so
Couple
they
light
just make
skis.
Bud
you piss.
lattes. We're doing all right.
A lot of urine.
Yep.
Full Metal Neck commenting on how Young Ben was high energy in Jimmy's video. I appreciate that. He really was.
He was
I
all
think we taught him
smiles.
Well.
Yeah, Young Ben's really got a new personality. He's actually, you might get more than 3 syllables out of him.
Yeah.
So that's a start.
Yeah, he's waking up.
One from Josh Shabby. Big shout to Mr. Shabby.
Shabby.
How does Young Ben feel knowing he's the reason I'm parting ways with my E30?
Oh,
That makes me so happy, and it makes me so happy that he's not here to hear that.
Yep.
Hate to see that, buddy, but
Yeah.
you got to do it, you know?
I've been finding him a bunch of good cars, so hopefully one's going to work out.
What else we got here? Are you guys currently looking to buy on BroncoDix.com and preparation for what's to come? Well, it looks to be a factory installed option, so I don't think it's going to be it's not going to be a profitable
OEM
website.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OEM only.
What else we got? How do you reserve a Bronco?
Yeah, how quickly do you reserve one? I don't think you need to. I don't know. It's not like
No.
They'll be available.
yeah, it's not like the new Supreme release.
Don't worry,
you know,
they're
like-
going to
Yeah.
saturate the market.
Yeah.
3-6 Mafia. Will Young Ben ever get a chance to ride with Turk? Ah, boy.
maybe at
He
some
was
point in the future.
he was standing there with us.
That was
Technically, he
it.
got a ride with
He
Turk.
did get a ride, so it counts. But to actually drift, no.
Never again.
Yeah.
Also, same man. Chuck was really hoping you to bring the Scry Rhine for hot laps again. I'll bring it next time, buddy. If there's any chance of having to drive it in the dark, I'm just had it brought anywhere recently, which is why it's not here today. I'll bring it next time. What else we got? I hope the special guest is OJ. I wish. That's from Alex Russell Leo. What? From oh god, Woko VW. What camera do you use to shoot things? I don't know.
That's Josh's question.
There's
Josh, chime on in, bud.
There's a Canon camera over there, man.
Yeah.
Ask Gosh Garcia.
Yep. He uses Canon.
Another
mostly,
one
I
from
think.
Woko VW. Thanks for making your shirts thick boy friendly. Listen, buddy, I'm with you.
Even though you and I both have special shirts made for us.
Yeah, we do have special shirts made because we don't like the material Josh uses. If we're getting into gripes, Josh has we call
Step
them
up your game.
We call Josh's shirts nipple shirts.
Yeah.
Because it's so thin.
Wait a minute. Let's review.
Yep.
Do both of you gentlemen have firm nipples?
Yes, they're erect at all times.
Constantly, yeah. Like
All
diamonds.
all
Like
the
that.
time. All the time.
Like, is that a nipple shirt?
Yes.
Yeah, and I have the same shirt that's not a nipple shirt.
Yeah.
I can see John's nipples. I can't see either of the other two gentlemen's
No,
nipples.
and that's the thing, John.
I can't see my own either, though.
Well,
That's
I'm
a
wearing
nipple shirt,
That's
though.
the same brand. Yeah.
What are those called? Next Level or something?
Yeah.
You like that's the real thin tissue paper stuff. Corey
Yeah.
and I prefer the hardboard
You
shirts.
do the Gildan.
Yeah.
We do Gildan.
Yeah.
Hard work and tees.
Yeah. American man.
Nip, nip.
Yeah. Hooray.
What else we got?
Do you see any you like there?
No, hold on. I got some good questions. Well, I had some good questions to see if they actually.
I like this one that Pudva sent in.
But you got
Padma!
big shout out to Pudva.
Fuck, marry, kill. Bronco, Blazer, or Wrangler.
Mm.
All current models, he said. All current models.
They make a Blazer right now?
No.
No.
But the last one.
No,
Yeah.
don't they make a Blazer thing that looks like the Camaro front? I saw one yesterday.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. So kill
that's
that.
like an Equinox.
Yeah, kill that immediately.
Marry a Wrangler because I know she's dependable. Fuck the Bronco because it's the new fling.
I see. I'd go the opposite of that.
Would you?
Marry
Yeah.
the Bronco.
I gamble the dice
gamble
on
on
the
the
Gamble
Bronco.
because the
Yeah,
new
you don't even
Bronco's
know-
unproven.
Yeah, you don't even
Might
know
just be a
her
good fuck buddy.
Someone's gotta believe.
inconsistencies or-
Not that I
Yeah.
am endorsing a fuck buddy.
Yeah, you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, what else we got?
I got this one from Jedi Tech. Shouts to Jedi Tech for the giant
shout.
help with the axles.
Big shout.
What is the best color on the new Bronco, and why is it cactus gray?
I like Cactus Gray.
I
agree.
really like that yellowish
Yellow,
orange one.
man. Yeah, I'm into that.
Dehydrated urine color, yeah.
That's like the yellow one. And there's a really nice blue one that I was a big fan of that
Blue
I
balls.
just saw. They seem to do all the press photos of it in a four-door variant, top off.
Shawarma. That's my favorite color right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. I got Benjamin. Shout to English Ben. When are you upgrading the battery and the power wheels? Oh, that's my daughter's power wheels. I put a 18-volt battery. I'm not, man. She's scared of that thing.
Come back east, Ben.
Actually, she's not scared of that thing, which makes me even. Definitely shouldn't
yeah,
have
to actually give us a little synopsis of your daughter driving. You had told me behind camera at one point a few months ago about her maniacal driving.
She drives like a maniac,
Yeah.
just flat out only. Doesn't slow down for turns. Doesn't get it, and then
Pretty
she skids
impressive.
turns. Yeah,
Pretty,
she's-
and your son, he just goes with the flow.
he's just a laid back dude.
He's along for the ride.
Sounds a really
That's
back
pretty
dude.
impressive. They're off to a good start, I think.
Air Clear 24. Have you ever lost to a Mustang in the Skyline asking for a friend? Oh, that's tough, buddy.
Ooh, that would
was
hurt.
a boost cut. God damn it.
Yeah.
That would really hurt.
Thanks, buddy. What were your top 3 songs from the 90s? Thanks, Tyler. Say what? I'm not going to answer that.
From the
Just because-
90s?
Yeah,
That's
I
way
just
too
can't-
personal.
I just can't think.
Yeah.
No,
Way
it's
too
just going to
per-
take way too long for me
Best
to come up
music
with it.
ever was
Yeah.
the 90s, though.
Ronin H21. How much boost is too much? The one that blows your engine, you just back it off half a pound. Everybody knows.
52 pounds.
This is actually relative to what Toby said earlier
What you got?
from S14 OCP.
S14 OCP.
Why do Americans say Nissan wrong? It's Nissan, not Nissan.
Ah!
Oh,
I've
wow.
always said Nissan and Acura. Those are the two ways I say those two
Is it
brands.
actually pronounced Acura?
Nissan, Acura. These stupid fucking Americans get it wrong.
Sorry,
Yeah.
buddy.
Well, it's like I guess it's like the Porsche too.
Calvin.
Yeah, you guys are really foolish with that one.
Calvin.
Yeah.
Low life meet at Woonsocket Saturday. Mask up and send it. That's if
Ooh,
listen. If
Woonsocket.
you want to go like a shady streetcar meet, man, Woonsocket
If
Saturday
anyone
night.
knows about Woonsocket, Rhode Island, stay away.
If y'all trying to go with me,
Yeah.
hit me up as I'm gonna go. Yep.
Yeah,
Death
it's not
wish.
for me. I'm
Death
out.
wish. I'm out on Woonsocket.
What car's my favorite? Everybody knows that. Ronin H21. If you only If you could only ever walk or drive a Subaru, what brand of shoes would you wear?
Airwalk.
Definitely Airwalk.
Probably some kind of Gucci slides, you know? But
That's
not real
way
ones.
too classy.
Not
for
real
the,
ones.
Oh, the
Yeah.
faux.
Yeah.
I drive cool cars. What are the most overpriced JDM cars right now?
Into Acura Integra Type R.
Tiger Type R,
Acura.
S2000. The NSX.
S2000, NSX.
I mean,
is
all these
big
hero
time.
cars, yeah.
I think the NSX is probably worth the premium, but not power wise.
You think so? I think
More
they're a
so
lot
than
of
an
money.
S2000. I think they drive specialer.
Ooh, I would take an S2000.
Yeah, because I guess because the NSX you're paying huge money. With the S2000, it's not that huge yet.
Yeah.
I think you buy like GTRs like mine. It's the same price all the time, like
Mm-hmm.
$25,000. What else is crazy? Oh, AE86s.
Mhm.
Those are crazy money.
Oh,
What the?
what's going on
Oh,
there?
yeah, that kid Chester.
That's a shout out to Josh.
That kid
Low battery
Chester has a
mode.
cool.
Chester's got 4 of them.
Oh, he has 4. Yeah. I
he's a
checked
bad
one
man.
out. Pretty interesting.
Very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
Nice kid.
I like this one from TDs. He said, "Is it nice to finally see some Wrangler competition? Do you think it'll perform as good?" I think we're about to find out.
I think it will. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna.
The Florida
they-
boys will be the good guinea pig for
They
that.
would have really. I mean, there's no way they can mess that up.
No, and from the people who were able to drive it prior to its release and were under embargo, now that they're no longer under embargo, they all stated they were very pleased with its performance in actual off-road driving. So,
Levon Damage responded, "If you were a cringy clickbait YouTuber, what would you trick? What would you trick people into watching? I don't know, just whatever Shmee's doing right now. I think he already drove a
Joe
some
shit.
Bronco video today. I don't know.
Joe
Yeah.
shit.
I'd have to say I'd probably amp up the fact that I got a new car part in the mail and then take 22 minutes to open the box.
open the
Oh,
box.
the
Yeah, happens all the
unbox.
time.
Have you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
ever watched the unboxing videos? It's usually someone
I'm a
of,
huge fan of Unbox Therapy. Shouts to Big
Asian
Lou.
Yeah, but he does such a better
ethnicity
job.
Yeah.
giving a fantastic description of unbolting a dildo or something.
Yeah.
It's just,
I'm bolting a dildo.
There you go.
well,
Gavin-
off the drill apparatus.
Gavin, gas powered. Gavin Dose. Do your kids have any interest in cars? Yeah.
No kids.
Come on,
You're the
someone
only one
must
with
have a
kids.
legitimate question here.
Okay, S14 OCP. In your opinions, what classifies as retro, classic, and vintage?
I think they kind of all be under the same umbrella.
Yeah, I agree. Those
Yeah, I'm
come
gonna
out- it's
put
all
them. They're
relative.
just
Different words describing the same thing.
Yeah.
synonyms for one another.
There you go.
Well, he's from the Ireland, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they have.
I don't
different
know.
reasons.
I have no
Well,
idea.
tell them try to.
I was
Ask
just
them
wondering with
if they
that.
can just figure out how to get along with each other. Why don't they start with that?
Jesus, here we go.
I didn't know they didn't get along with each other.
Yeah, I thought you guys were getting along fine.
Tell them to go fight for the IRA.
Oh boy.
Actually, we can't talk here anymore.
we're gonna
That was hypocritical.
we're gonna
so.
provide Toby's mailing address right
Yeah.
after this. The Brian Buckley. Are you already sick of hearing about the new Bronco?
Not even close.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah,
I
I
could
am.
take a little more.
I've got 28 tabs open on my Google Chrome, and 20 of them are Bronco stuff that I've set to read.
I'm
What
Broncoed
SRT
out.
Forever? How's everyone's cars doing? I think we covered that real hard.
Yeah, not well.
Well, these questions were prior to the podcast, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
Okay.
get a refresher on the truck system? It's the same, man. Just go check on it. Someone asked me to.
Condescend.
I was talking to someone about making it happen for condescend's the first word now for the COVID.
Yep.
I
I don't think it changes much.
No, I just think you might have a little in a time of great crisis. You might have a little more leeway in your price.
I
Yeah.
think you
Otherwise,
can
it's
actually
the
whack
same.
them down even more
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
current conditions.
Yeah, you could whack
They're
them down.
desperate. Those people are desperate. So take advantage of them.
What, you got anything else?
Show
to
your
do?
authority.
Wes Crotchet, are hybrids a better alternative than all electric vehicles?
No.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so,
I mean,
no.
hybrids are easy because it's like you're getting 1 trillion miles a gallon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're trying to do clean energy, you're doing solar panels to electric. It's kind of helping.
I'm not into the hybrid. Either you are or you aren't. There's no in between.
Yeah, I agree. They never mastered the hybrid thing.
It's
Like
either one or the other.
I think
Quit faking it.
the Volt did the best job,
Yeah.
but even that couldn't stand around forever. Couldn't stick around forever.
Jingles had a response to his original question of can you confirm that Stagger 2020 is happening? He wrote, I'm starting that rumor. Let's go Lynch. Drifting is lame.
Oh, Jesus.
I endorse that.
Uh-oh.
Peter who?
Peter who?
Like
What do you
Peter
think?
Pocket?
What do you think of the X5M pricing is tempting? What do you think of my X5M? I loved it. It was the most fantastic truck thing ever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy a high mileage one, considering I had the same engine in my car, multiple years newer. Decided to quit basically. So unless you're ready to spend some real money on maintenance, I probably wouldn't buy an older one. If you can get a couple-year-old one, something like maybe 15 plus, that's a play. It is totally an animal vehicle. Nothing should be that fast. That's that big.
That's true. And be able to tow some stuff with it, because we towed a trailer that one time, and that worked out magnificently.
We towed. I towed quite a few things with that. It was awesome,
Yeah.
man. I mean, it just didn't give a shit about what it was towing. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of. If you want to be a crazy person in an SUV, it's one of the good ones. There's a lot more options now for that, which there wasn't then. But I get a problem with Jeep Cherokees. So, Strutnuts 4130 blaze it. What vanity plate are you selecting for your new Bronco? Not OJ. OJ did it, or real killer.
Nah, none of the above.
I want an OJ didn't do
Glove.
it, but I don't think it fit.
That's a good one.
Oh, glove would be a really good
Yeah,
one.
I like that one.
His wife's name,
Nicole.
Yeah.
Or who?
Wow.
Kato Kalin.
Kato! Shout out to Kato!
Kato!
I don't know the lawyer's name. I don't know. This joke can go on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
am over? I'm over the OJ joke.
I think OJ didn't
Yeah,
do it. Would be
it's kind
funny.
of like
Yeah.
28-year-old joke at this point.
yeah.
Dog Pizza, Young Ben versus Helen Keller in Destruction Derby ring. Who wins?
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller.
Yeah, at least she's got
Trumps
some.
all.
At least she's got some senses.
What did we talk about? If you get lacking one sense, the other one gets stronger.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Well,
right.
you're
We
lacking all
reviewed
of
that
them.
earlier off air.
Yep.
Dog Pizza saying pineapple does belong on pizza.
I agree.
Ooh.
Absolutely. I love Hawaiian
Yep,
pizza.
me too.
It's my
I like it
favorite
with bacon
pizza.
instead of ham sometimes too.
Yep.
That's
Oh
a
my
good.
Yep.
god.
Bacon, pineapple, extra cheese.
Yep.
Ooh.
So good.
That you guys are gross. Yeah. I'm gonna tell Ben to leave your shawarma. Final question from D Sawyer: taco flavored pizza or pizza flavored tacos?
Taco flavored pizza.
Taco flavored
pizza would be
pizza. It's
cool as
great.
hell.
Antonio's was my favorite.
Yep.
Yeah, that is really tough.
Love that
They
place.
did have some exceptional options in that realm.
They certainly did. And then let me just check if there's anything else. I think that's kind of where it's at, man. Where the hell my other shit go? No, the only other thing, obviously, we already mentioned it. We got a donut meet this weekend, Revival HQ. Bring your own donuts, Saturday at 10 a.m. Love to see you guys there. Come hang out with your boys.
Be on the lookout for the next issue of the magazine.
Yeah, coming up soon.
Keep
John's
an eye on
deep
the
in it.
socials. We're on it.
What's everybody's Insta? I'm Chuck Who. Corey's Corey.si. John, what are you?
Jon Stairs. And we got Toby Tightpants.
Toby
with
tight
an
pants.
I.
Toby with an I, tight pants.
Well, thanks a lot for coming on, everybody.
Thanks for
We
listening.
had a lot of fun
yeah,
here.
thank you for listening.
Let's just hope young Ben makes it back, man.
Hopefully we didn't ruin that
Let's see.
too much.
Maybe.
Josh just gonna hit delete. Like, you know what? We skip a week.
We don't
What's
need
the harm in
that.
that?
He's just sitting home. He's got the kill switch on the soundboard. Hope that didn't suck too much. See you guys.